Hello and welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be climbing the newly reset Rush ranked ladder with Dragias and pals the deck. So we basically wanted to just explore Aggro a little bit, because although Aggro is like the oldest deck, right, in Rush, like from day one people have kind of worked out Dragias good. There are lots of different flavors of it now, and there's a lot of different ways to play it. So what we do is we thought we'd explore some of them, as well as we wanted to make like an aggro video, but making a different video for each different flavor of aggro seems like kind of a waste of time, and it'll be a lot of redundant information. So it's just like, let's just do it all at once. Let's just get a bunch of different replays for all the different styles of aggro, and then make one big thing. But welcome on in, everyone. Who have we got in chat? We got Drags in, we have got Dwan, we've got Grand Harrier, and we have, how do we even 3 hours 20 a.m. so just 3:20 a.m. Is that what we're going to go with the name? I think that's what we're going to go with for there. Welcome on in, everyone. Hope everyone's having a great day. And I guess we're, for the most part, just going to fly straight on in, right? We're just going to like jam some games. The first list we're going to be playing, it's going to be Dragon Aggro. This was basically the best deck up until the latest box came out. I say the latest box, I guess it would be the box that came along with Invasion, which I forget the name of, but until that came out, this was basically like the best deck. Now, primarily that was using the Beast engine, but this one's using, you know, not the Beast engine. This is a similar list to one of the lists that did do very well in the GRF, so we're just going to be playing this. And we're expecting it to do well, right? We're going to be in, like, silver for our first few games. We're not expecting, like, much resistance to come up, but it very well may do. We'll have to see what ends up happening and how many other strong decks we end up facing. But it's a weird time because we just had a load of new Rush stuff, so we're expecting a bit of a drought for Rush content for a little bit. So once we do hit KoG, we might flip over and play some Speed. We haven't played Speed in a while, and Speed's meta looks to be in a bit of a weird spot right now, where it appears that Sky Striker is just like the best deck, right? It seems to be just winning everything right now. Now, is Sky Striker heads and shoulders above everything else? Don't know if I go that far, but it's definitely very, very powerful right now. Get a Royal Rebel matchup counter on the list. A Royal Rebel matchup counter on the list. What do you mean by that, Manicus? Do you wanna break that down for me? And also, what am I doing with this hand? This is a little bit all over the place. I guess we'll set this. I don't want to end with both of these in hand, and I don't really want to leave it face up, so we're just going to set this. And we're going to set this, and I'm just going to pass on it. Everyone has been talking about Sky Strikers, but I've only faced one so far. Also, morning, Tomato. Good morning, I can't kill anyone. I think it's... So, Sky Strikers are prevalent, I think, at, like, top-tier events. I think that's where they're really shining. And I think every major event recently has been won by Sky Strikers, although it's not been like a constant barrage of Sky Striker mirrors, right? Like they are beating like zombies in the finals, or Shiranui, which I guess is just another flavor of zombies, or, you know, Tenyi or something, right? Well, that's an awkward hand for our opponent. Let's see if we can drop a big old punish. No matter how we do this, we can't end on like the perfect board, so we won't even try to. I guess we go Hammer Crush. We're going to do what? Summon, Tribute 2 for this, summon that, which means we'll have a monster left over, so we can just drop the Hammer Crush immediately. Let's just hit something at random. Then, oh no, we're not actually going to, oh, here we are. Yeah, we are. Right, well, normal summon. Go ahead and use this, why not? Weaken that. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Summon out the boy, activates effect. Activate his effect. Change this to attack. Normal summon. I don't think we need to use this, so we'll just go straight to battle and we'll swing. So we're protected from widespread because it will pop our Ancient Arise Dragon instead. We'll get in for the 25, and we will get in for the 15. So we could have killed... We have enough? Yeah, we had enough. We could have killed if we did use our talismanic, but it means knowing that he's going to have the widespread, so... Count how many Royal Rebels you've been getting on the way to KoG. Ah, right. I'm with you now. Well, we do have the Tachyon counter, so we could just reuse this. Now, does this count as Royal Rebels? This is Royal Rebels. So we are going to have the Royal Rebels 1 on the odd counter. I tried to get Rush KoG on my main account, where I don't really buy anything for Rush, and it was a nightmare to get 5 wins in a row. I faced so many fully built aggro Magnum Overlord Thunders, even though it was the last day of the month. I think that's the thing. You get 2 different types of people, right? The people that wait until the last day and try and KoG, and the people that want to do it on the very first day. So in the end, it ends up feeling like the first and the last day are both the most, like, competitive. Alright, well, this is just a win, right? There's, like, what does he do against this? We'll even summon out Mage, just for the 3rd attack. There's the first one. I don't think that's worth a replay. Because we are trying to collect some replays today, but he basically bricked turn 1, so it's like, that's not worth it. Sorry, early morning brain, no work on holiday. I mean, that is fair enough, Manicus. That is absolutely fair enough. Hello, Zaki boys. Welcome on in. I KoG'd and I can't find anyone in the KoG pool. I mean, that's also a negative of KoGing very, very early. It's a bit weird as well, because I feel like in Rush, if you just set at like a high gold and you try to not KoG, you play against people that are trying to KoG, but at the same time, because they're not already in KoG, a lot of the time they do feel a little bit, you know, they're using like free-to-play friendly decks. They don't have the most competitive builds, for example. But then when you get into KoG, everyone's already ground out their super tryhard decks and are now just memeing with random crap. So it's like, it's really hard to find that sweet spot of like finding just good competitive games. Work bogged me down, so I don't have enough time to rush KoG. Oh, so I didn't have enough time to rush KoG. I mean, that's fair enough. I did not KoG in speed either. So I've been too busy with rush. Which is sad. I mean, I don't think I've KoG'd in speed in a very long time. We got very close before when we had our large rush drought, but we did not actually make it. We got to Legend 4? Legend 5? I don't remember. Right, we'll set the Hammer Crush and draw a card. I guess we don't have to use this. It comes down to if his back row is exactly widespread. Let's just get greedy. Let's get greedy. I'd rather have all my monsters out and get 2500 damage in than protect the Dragias. Alright. Now, he just doesn't have the turn 1 widespread. Yeah, there we go. So he just doesn't... If we just positive willpower, he just doesn't have it. And we'll get him for the 25. So chances are we are against aggro, based on what we've seen here. What deck are we using? We are currently using Dragon Aggro, which is basically aggro with Ancient Arise Dragon, which got popular because of the barrier. So this deck is a little bit outdated, but is okay, I think. I still think the Death Doom Requiem skill is weaker than Invasion. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I think it would be... You'd be hard-pressed to find someone who would say it's better. Like, Hell Tuning Invasion is so ridiculous, right? It's so good. Alright. He knows what our back row is, so he doesn't have to be worried about attacking. Oh, it's Thunder Aggro. Oh, TSA. Was that the 4th monster he needed? No, that can't have been. That was way more. Yeah, he's got way more than needed. He knows what our back row is as well. He knows it's a Hammer Crush. So he's fine to just attack over us. So 14 plus 1,000. 24. Oh, so now he's going to get the 2,000 plus the 3. So 23. And clear the whole board. I mean, that does kinda suck. But again, we have so many draws that just out this whole board. So, as long as we don't get unlucky. There's that unlucky again. There's not a lot we can do with this. The question is, do we clear this? Or do we try to clear it? I think either way we are going to use Hammer Crush. Discard this. And we'll just pop this. Okay, getting rid of that's good. 100 damage and clear the monster in exchange for taking an extra 1000 damage. If we're taking 25 anyway, we'll be down to 12. Difference between 12 and like an extra 1000 on top, putting us down to 2. I don't think we can really afford it. I think we just go on the defensive here. This kind of sucks though, because what this means is if he gets another Dragias or like a big way to get a lot of damage in, we might just die, which is not ideal. Plim Plim Plon. Always. 100%. It's a shame that Mashal has ended, but it has. So for now, we will just always have it in our memories. And just draw better. Yeah, I mean, that's the goal. Unfortunately, it doesn't always work out. The issue now is he now has a fresh back row. Now, are we going to go 9 draws without anything playable? Oh my god. This is just always how it goes, isn't it? Well, we don't really get a say in this, so we're just going to YOLO and hope. Unfortunately, with 3 cards in hand, it's not looking particularly great for us. Alright, so any boss, he kills us now. Literally anything. So if he draws Dragias or Trigger Drago, he shuffled Trigger Drago back in, he's got 1 Dragias in grave, and he has the shield and sword anyway, but this doesn't change the maths at all. He still needs a way to weaken us or boost or just have a tribute monster. If he has a tribute monster, he won anyway, so this was just a pointless shield and sword. Yeah, so he had the lethal anyway. He was just literally wasting time. I actually wonder if he was actually like bad and didn't realize he just had lethal. But either way, that just goes to show 1 turn of drawing bad like really messes up the tempo, because he basically got to get to that stage because we had that 1 turn of drawing no high levels, and then obviously we did basically brick 2 turns in a row, right? We bricked on low levels and then we bricked on high levels, which is not ideal, right? But you expect it to happen at least every now and then. Thunder aggro better? I mean, Thunder aggro is almost certainly the best way to play aggro right now, except pure aggro, and we'll get to that a little bit later. I think pure aggro could actually be better than Thunder aggro in a lot of ways, but we'll talk about that when we get to that deck list in a little bit. Now, I do love the Dark Souls and the Elden Ring music, but it is really not super like... There we go, that's something a bit more hype. Bit more high energy. Alright, we are against Cyburst this time. Unfortunately, no boss monsters in hand is a little bit unfortunate. Especially when we're staring down a Yug Drago. We can clear it, but we have to crash twice. Oh no, we don't have to crash twice, we can crash once. The issue is, in order to clear this, I have to use this and this. Hope his back row's nothing, and then he still ends up with a 15. I mean, why not, right? We'll go Mage, activates effect. Weaken that. We'll then summon. We probably want to hold that one as long as we can. We'll go Bird. We'll go Performer. Activate Performer. Boost up Bird. Swing over this. And he has the back row. Don't tell me he opened Widespread. No way, turn 1 Widespread again. What else would that be? Like, what would... So he's just holding a Widespread? Like, if that was anything else, you just use it, right? Except maybe, like, sword and shield? But would you even bother playing that in this deck? I don't think so. You're like, defenses are 100. What? I'm gonna assume this is probably then just a widespread ruin that he's just holding on to. So he's just another turn 1 widespread player. Goes to the maximum rag. Now the question is, how many is he going to weaken on his in my field? If he does a double on his, this is going to get scary. I almost would rather he did 2 on mine. Okay, so he's going to summon up 1 boss, get in for a chunk of damage. That's not the end of the world. What does that mean the rest of his hand is, though? He's got to have another normal summon in that hand, right? Otherwise, if he had more tribute monsters, he would have used it on Connected Dog. So there's another 15. Okay, we knew we were taking a lot of damage this turn. That's fine. I would prefer it if he didn't empty his hand every turn, though. The issue here as well is we're predicting this is a widespread, so even if we do get a boss monster, we're in an awkward situation where we can't not attack, but we also can't attack. And this is... I mean... At the very least, he's going to struggle to get to our life points through defense monsters. So we should just be able to buy some time, unless he's playing like a weird tech card, or unless he hard draws the max. Yeah, using widespread on 1500 attack monster doesn't seem worth it. It's just, if he was clever, he would have toggled off. This is where it's getting awkward. So this is, I guess, I don't want to say this is like Aggro's weakness, but this is Rush's weakness, I guess. Is if you go a few turns without seeing a boss monster, the tempo gets really screwy, and you end up losing so much because of it. Like, he's going to sit here probably with 3 back row, multiple boss monsters, and I'm just going to be stuck here, unable to do anything about it. Alright, let's see what we draw. Okay. We have plays now. The issue is... This is the problem, is how do we... Like, we just lose, right? Like, there's nothing we can do, because he's got a widespread, and we don't have a way to dispel the widespread, so it's just lethal. There's nothing we can do. But unfortunately, we're just bricking. We've just had 2 massive brick games back to back. Which is a shame. I mean, what are we supposed to do, realistically? If we don't find our back row hate, our opponent turn 1 widespreads, and we don't draw any boss monsters, or we draw all of our boss monsters at the same time, like, there's nothing we can do. That's just RNG has betrayed us at that point. Fingers crossed, we'll actually draw, like, a balanced hand, and our opponent won't draw, like, completely cracked one of these games. Fingers crossed. Okay, this looks like a balanced hand. Now we just need our opponent to not turn 1 widespread. In his 32 card deck, because reasons. So this is just pure thunder. Just don't be a turn 1 widespread, bro. Just I think the play is just going to be... We'll activate this. We'll boost this. I'm going to tribute these 2. And then he's not going to have the turn 1 widespread. Okay, there we go. We just need the mental fortitude to say he's not going to have it. Okay. So he's got to have a boss monster, otherwise he wouldn't bother summoning these in attack mode. It is Stormbolt. Goes for the trigger. He's going to change our guy to defense. Ooh. Okay. Interesting choice. What's the last card in his hand then? Another back row. Alright, okay, fair enough. Unfortunately, he has, again, perfectly got his hand empty, which is a little bit annoying. So if he had another monster, basically Stormbolt's effect becomes irrelevant. But he's getting a little bit lucky here. Now we have to worry about a second back row. Oh, that might just deal with it, although we only have one normal summon right now. Because we are once again bricking! Alright, we can play the game at least. So we'll flip over the Hammer Crush. We have to get rid of the new set in case. Okay, it was a nothing. So we'll summon, activate the effects. We'll go ahead and weaken this. We will go ahead and drop this. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Why not? Go and weaken this. Normal. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, summon out the boy, activate the effect, go to battle, swing, and then swing. Can't kill, we've got a nice and low, and he needs a boss monster to out this, realistically. I mean, he could have a Talisman Auxiliary, we'll have to see, we'll have to see. Hey Max, how's it going? Right, Surge Bolt comes down. And Essel, so he's got another boss monster in hand, so we are almost certainly just dead. Oh, it kind of sucks that we keep bricking, and our opponents are just drawing, like, the perfect hands every game. So we lose, what, 7? And that's just lethal. That is just lethal. There's nothing we can do about it. And Jesus, he had 2 boss monsters as well. You have no hand against Thunder? You say that, Manicus, like I have a choice. Like, it's like, oh yeah, I'm in a situation where I can just happily leave a card in my hand and not just die. Sup, pretty chill. Did you go into the new main box? No, I have not gone into anything in speed for a little while. I'm still trying to build on this account, which again, we're not going to spend our gems till they're about to expire. But we're still trying to build Earth Machine on this account. Okay, this is an okay hand. So we'll set, and set. Now we just need to not brick on another high level, and we should be okay going into the next turn. Chances are this is probably another Royal Rebel player, but we'll find out in a sec. I'm going to be playing Tech Genius. Tech TG is a really cool deck. I have to admit, of all of the new decks, I think TG is one of the most interesting, and that and Ogdoadic for me. I just need the new Spell Searcher. Nice. I think TGs just seem like a really fun deck. There's like a lot of moving pieces. I think it makes you feel kind of, you know, like a genius, like a genius when you play it. Agreed, zombies are pretty boring in the current meta. Yeah, there are so many zombie decks going around, right? Between, you know, Zombie Pile, Mayakashi, and Shira's. Okay, this is Death Doom Requiem. I guess we will... It's still Royal Rebels, right? Now, we didn't say that our counter was specifically for one build or another, so... I wish Command was good. I really wish this card was good, but it's just not. And that's very disappointing. Ooh, that's annoying as well, because now we have to really not brick. Although, we're going to have 2 bodies left on the board, so I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll be fine either way. Especially, that means he's got another... What is in his hand that he kept it? He could have summoned it either way. He chose not to. But he chose to just potentially brick. So we'll summon, activate, hit this, flip this up, activate, weaken that, tribute, summon, activate, We'll drop TSA, put back in our hand. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit this. Summon. Flip. Swing in. Swing in. Swing in. And that's the game with 15 left over. Feels pretty good. Feels pretty good. I rarely see Mayakashi, to be honest. I think it's one of those things, though, where just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Like, a lot of people have been saying in Rush, for example, that Royal Rebels, oh, I just never run into them. And that's because it's quite an expensive deck to build. So you do see it kind of higher level, but at the lower tiers, you don't see it as much. And obviously, when there's such a much larger pool as in Speed than there is in Rush, that means there'll be... And the representation in Speed can be spread across a lot more decks. I mean, just look at any tournament, right? Whenever you see any, like, different... What's the deck breakdown, I guess, for tournaments? There's always, like, a massive long list of all these different decks. We'll get one... We'll look to get one more replay for this deck, either way. Zombie World is pretty annoying. Well, it is a floodgate. It's a weird floodgate, and it's not very floodgatey, but it's still a floodgate, right? I just hope more other decks get to shine. Whether a new deck or a new Broken Seal comes out, everyone will play it, and honestly, it's annoying me. I mean, that's the whole point, though, right? Yu-Gi-Oh! As a concept of not having a rotating format, and this, by extension, Speed Duel, is built on power creep, right? The new stuff has to be better than the old stuff, otherwise you just keep playing the old stuff. Holy Lethal. Welcome on in, Duel Links Alpha. Zombie Red Eyes is degenerative, as well as the stupid Battle Chronicle. I mean, Battle Chronicle is a weird one. I still don't know if... Like, I guess it's good, but, like, it's not, like, doing anything super crazy. I assume... Because I keep seeing Blue Eyes lists everywhere, and I always, like, just don't pay attention to what kind of Blue Eyes it is. I assume it's Blue Eyes Battle Chronicle that's the best version of Blue Eyes right now. Hey, you can normal summon a high beat stick and then search the spell that tributes via skill. Yeah, I've never been a big fan of the decks which are just, Are we going to use this? I guess we are. I've never been a huge fan of the decks which just summon out like a free vanilla. But I guess that's a lot of them at this point. Well, we can get him for 3,000 damage, which is quite nice. Pass on that. It's very Floodgate-y against skills that have type requirements. Yeah, exactly. There's so many that do have that as well. Yeah, I feel like it's the skills that make the deck itself worse? I feel like it's the skills that makes the deck itself worse. I shouldn't by worse, we're talking about like more obnoxious rather than like bad, because I feel like skills kind of do the opposite. Blue Eyes were doing very well in tournaments. I mean, they're still doing alright, right? That's like a tier 2 deck right now. I've been playing Cyburst and sacked some wins, but still seems hard, so I'm going for Tech Genius as it's the only decent deck to climb with. Plus, it's just fun. I think that's always going to be the balance, right, of fun to good, right? You always want to find something that's nicely in the middle. Ooh. These cards are interesting. I mean, I guess we do this. Activate the effect. Boost you. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Activate your effect. Normal summon. Activate your effect. I don't think it's worth using this here. Right, let's see what this is. Right, still nothing there. We go for the lethal push, right? We go for the lethal. Okay. The issue now is if he does hard draw the max, which again, it should be unlikely that he hard draws the max, but he can always just hard draw the max. Go Cyclone. That's fine. Antinomy is one of the coolest characters. Also love his Synchro Summon chance and top Clear Mind. What I do want is Jack to get more support for Resonators. It's a shame after we got the recent pickup box he didn't get any new support or a new skill to support with it. I mean, there's a chance we see that in the future, right? Like the next box could do. Fingers crossed. Because the Resonator deck in like the modern game is not bad. Like in TCG right now, like Resonators is okay. Okay, so he's got the double SRM. It's 19. We should be just alive. And now we're dead. That's a shame. He needed one of two things. He needed exactly double SRM, or he needed to hard draw the max. And he even needed the bonus card he got from the Ghost Cyclone to get everything he needed there. So, we got a little bit sacked there, but there's nothing we can really do about it. The next box is going to be Arc V themed, since we're getting Dennis this month. He got announced. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't mean they won't, like, just slot something in, right? You know, even when a box is themed towards one series, they still can get a little bit of extra support from, like, other stuff, right? Plus, you would have won if you used TSA. I mean, yeah. We also would have won if we didn't have a 1400 but it's a weird one. The other thing to remember is, as well, when I'm playing on stream, I'm not, like... We're not, like, super tryharding, right? We're just kind of... We're chatting. We're not paying full attention. We're not going to see every single line. Oh, is that an Essel on turn 1? Wow. Well, let's go with the Hammer Crush deal first. Let's go with the Essel. Activate the effect. Don't you just hate it when you finally get the Essel on the turn 2 and you just have nothing worth bringing back? That's just sad. Well, I'll flip this over. All set. And yeah, sure, we'll just get aggressive. Why not? Wow. Okay, so it's Cyburst. So, Barrier face down. That's an interesting choice. Been a while since we had to play against the Barrier. I at least hope for more DDD and Fluffle support. I hope we get Curse King Siegfried for DDDs. I mean, you're not wrong, right? Dennis means Arc V. Arc V means Fluffle. If we do get Fluffle support, I know I'm going to be playing some speed because that's my deck, right? I can't not play speed if Fluffle support comes out. Are there pens in this? There are no pendulums in Rush Duel, unfortunately. Or fortunately? There are pens in Duel Links. I can tell you that. More fusion support, yeah. Forgot Ancient Gears too. Yeah, Ancient Gears. I really hope Dennis gets an Ancient Gear skill, just to, like, as an homage to that. Like, I would love that so much. Dennis played AG along with Yuri. Yeah, it was the it was like the generic synchro, not synchro, the fusion army like used the Ancient Gear, right? Like as their deck. I mean, I guess we'll just do this, right? Go Shield and Sword. There's no real reason to not do this. Tribute. Get out the boy. Normal. Activate Multi-Strike Dragon Dragias. Set. Go to battle. Swing. Yeah, you're going to use your barrier. There's the barrier. So as is, that does not stop me from just killing you. Bam. I'm still waiting for Lyrilusks. I don't... Again, I'm not the biggest fan of Lyrilisk personally. Like, it's just not my cup of tea. But I would be quite happy if they came to the game, I guess. Well, that's kind of where I'm at. The most experience I had with Lyrilusks was playing against them in Master Duel when that first came out. That was like the big Lyrilusk exposure that I've had. I'm waiting for the KoG support that's coming in Vrain's campaign, hopefully around May. 100% getting Firewall, Dragon, Dark Fluid. Yeah! And I don't really have much of an opinion about that. I didn't, like, play a ton of it. Right, let's get some zombie aggro on the go now. Let's set this deck. See how the zombies feel. It's my #1 deck on Master Duel. Ah, I see, I see. That is one thing I would like to see. So there are so many content creators that play Duel Links, right? And I feel like a lot of those content creators do have, like, their deck. Like, everyone kind of has their main deck that they'll even go back to, even when, like, it's not meta-relevant or something. I would love to see some sort of collab between, like, all the speed content creators where they all just use their own, like, signature decks. Well, this hand is kind of awkward, isn't it? Let's hope we draw a normal summon. What is even going on here? This is, like, the most awkward of awkward hands that has ever been awkward. Right, we'll pass with this. Let's see what happens. I'm playing with it. Yeah, it could be a thing. I think it's hard to organize that many people, right? But it's just, if someone could do it. Alright, there we go. It would be just so interesting. Because I don't even know, because I know, like, a decent amount of, like, streamers and stuff that play speed. And I still couldn't tell you, like, what their main decks are. Because, you know, everyone's playing whatever's new for the most part. Anyways, gonna go heading to gym. Have a good one. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Max. Hope you have a great time at the gym. Alright, let's see what our next opponent has for us. See if we can defeat him with the zombies. Oh, it's another rower, which means this could be another Royal Rebel player. Let's see what he's got for us. We're going second. Okay, no Essel. Do we play Essel in this build? We have so many different builds now. Yeah, of course we play Essel in this build. Why wouldn't we? Card's busted. Alright, let's see. Gets the whole hand empty. Ooh, that's a little bit rough for us. Dead Ruler's pretty good. We'll go ahead and use the deal. Is there a reason to... Yes, there is. Right, we'll go Hammer Crush Steel. Discard Canaan here. We'll just pop this. We'll then summon. Activate the effect. Take this back. There's no reason to use his effect, so we'll just keep the biggest monsters we can on the field. So we'll get out Dead Ruler. Then we'll summon out Canaan and Canaan. Go straight to the battle phase. Then we'll get a little swing in. 1400 defense. Now this could be a 1400 butt. Oh, is that a recital? And it's a 1400 butt anyway. Okay, so this is another Royal Rebel player, almost certain. So we will just go ahead and, I guess, update our count. Keep Manicist happy. Ooh, it's Balia. Okay, let's see what our Royal Rebel opponent has for us. There's no way you summon Balia without... Okay, we are Hell Tuning Invasion. That's straight up HTI. Ah, yes, keeping me happy. Nothing I love seeing more than Royal Rebels. It's your favourite deck, Manicist. What do you mean? You know, don't you just love seeing Shadow Balia constantly? Having everything flipped up, reduced levels, and then Invasion wiping the board at all times? Are you going to do KC Cup? So I will always do Stage 1 of KC Cup. But Stage 2 I don't have the time. Like, I tried doing it for the Rush one, and I played more than I thought I would get to play, but it still was just nowhere near enough. I can reduce this by 600, which is not enough to actually do anything meaningful. That is very sad. It's going to come down to which of these two do I hoard. I think I'm more likely to draw a bunch of boss monsters and need somebody to unbrick them, so we're just going to do this. Now, Dole of Dread is good if he has a heavy metal. Not very good against anything else. The thing to remember is, with KC Cup as well, is that I don't even, like, KoG every season on speed, right? So I'm not going to be good in the KC Cup, I'll tell you that much. I doubt I'd make top 100. The thing is, speed is just so much more competitive than Rush, just because there are so many more people in it. Which means you just have to be so much... I'm just going to let him kill that. You have to just be so much better in order to get results there, I guess. Interesting. I mean, I guess we go for it. We do have 2 boss monsters now. We'll flip these 2. We'll go ahead and use Light Sort. Then... what's the best way to do this? Well, no matter how I do this, it always gets a bit funky. I guess we want to end... well, we can't end on either of these. We're going to end on probably one of these things, which is really not ideal. Do I even want to end with a 1000 attack monster? Right, we'll go Torso. Activate Torso. Grab this back. Tribute 1, Tribute 2, Summon. We'll then Summon. Tribute 1, Tribute 2. Activate the effect. Then we're going to activate Dread Ruler and discard this. Then we're just going to summon out Essel. I think that's the play here. Just go straight to battle. We will swing with this first. Let's see what he's got. This is probably, yeah, but we see the widespread. That was expected. Swing into this. And we'll clear this. He got Recital. Okay. Was not expecting Recital, not gonna lie. So we had Recital and Widespread, so he's a little bit fortunate there. Now, that's where he's probably going to have end with a 0 attack monster for heavy metal. The problem with ending with a 0 attack monster is it means that I can't get damage in, right? So if he didn't have any back row and I ended with a 0 attack monster, it means that although I can clear his board, I can't do any damage. Whereas this way, I could have gotten in... what would that have been? 2,000 plus the 25, which puts him closer to death. If he just goes heavy metal anyway, and he doesn't have anything to stop me, I've got Widespread Ruin anyway, right? Why are we on Phaser? Has he used his skill? Yeah, he's definitely playing the better version of the deck. I don't know why he's playing Phaser in here. It's a bit weird. Okay, we can't use that how we'd like to. We can still get an extra body with that, so that gives us 4 bodies. Which means we can summon out our whole hand if we want. But I don't think we do. I think we'd prioritize getting rid of the back row. So we're going to summon out Torso. Activate Torso. Grab a card back. Get out the Dragias. Oh, I probably should have summoned out this, actually. That would have been better. Can use that to swing over that. This is just going to be kind of floating. Which means we can only get in for 25. But I think we need to get that 25 in. Although we get the 25 in either way. What could his back row be at this stage? It could be... thingy. Alright, yeah, we'll do this then. We will use the Hammer Crush. Just in case. Normal. We have to use this, even though our deck is getting a little bit thin now. We swing over this. We attack in. And then we get him for the 25. So, we do still just die to Invasion Buyer. There's nothing we can do about that. That's a little bit sussy. Now he's going to use Hell Tuning. Flips everything up. Alright, so he doesn't have Fire. So either we lose our whole board, take 23, or he summons out the big boy. Okay, so he's just going to do this. What's the last two in hand, though? One back row and a boss monster. Okay. That's a pretty good hand. What could he have? He could still have King's Majesty. Can we play around King's Majesty? We should be able to. Or summon. Activate Seahorse Carrier. Grab back Canaan. Summon. Tribute. Activate. Normal. Activate. Weaken the Royal Rebels Invasion. Activate the TSA. TSA effect is going to chuck a bunch of stuff back into our deck. I mean, we're going to need some sort of boss monster. We're going to want ways to get our boss monsters out. I almost just kind of want to do this, since we have guaranteed 2 ways to get them out. And that's going to be the game. Okay. So again, we will save that replay. I think that's an okay demonstration of what this deck can do. We went down to it. It's a long game as well. We got all the way down to our the bottom of our deck. Turns out the back row is probably nothing then. I'm trying to work out what maths it would have left him on. He would have been on 2,000. He would have gone down to 600 attack. So if he could have stopped our first attack, we could have got in for 822 total, which would have been lethal. Okay, yeah. So it was fine either way. Well, Zombie Aggro, already performing a little bit better than Dragon Aggro. Although, to be fair, the Dragon Aggro deck was only performing badly because of bricks. So, and I think arguably this deck should be... I don't know, I guess this deck's going to be a little bit less bricky because we are playing the Zombie Engine, which does help us get more fodder to get out our guys. Alright, let's see what our opponent is on. And we do have an Essel immediately. If we can draw a Hammer Crush deal and our opponent sets a back row, we could use Essel to get out the Dragias from our hand. But he hasn't set a back row anyway, so that dream is already dead. That's a little bit awkward. But we will go ahead and use the Essel. Just getting an extra body is going to be good here. We'll just bring out whatever. Unfortunately, it doesn't, like, completely solve our issue, because we're still only going to have 2 monsters on board. And chances are we're probably going to be staring down Harpies here. Oh no, it is Thunder. Okay. Thunder don't tend to run a lot of 1400 butts, so we should be a-okay. Ooh, 2 boss monsters in hand, eh? Don't mind if I take advantage. Okay, so we have to protect either way. So we'll summon and tribute 2. Get out the big boy. Activate his effect. Activate his effect. Will it make a difference if we get the extra little bit of damage in? It potentially could. So we will summon out the Valk. So we will now go to the battle phase and swing. So if he does have the widespread, it will kill the Dark Doom Dread Ruler instead. Because we can get him for the 25, and we can get in for the 16. Let's pass on that. We have got him under 2k, which is something. there it goes. Once again, I don't think that's worth saving as a replay, just because he clearly bricked on turn 2. It's not really a good demonstration of what the deck does. Sure, we'll post the rank up match, even though it was a really naff game. Why not? It's also a little bit disappointing we didn't get any new Rush rank rewards. Obviously, they can't just like stick new stuff in all the time, but just like one, like even just a really shit throwaway normal monster would have been nice. Just something to collect. Alright, nail versus nail. Let's see if our opponent is on the Cybers. This ain't a bad hand, but this is obviously a much better hand if he leaves monsters in attack mode, which he's almost certainly just not going to do. Maximum Ragnarok. Okay, so he might actually leave monsters in attack mode. Now, we just want him to back row, so if he has like a widespread turn 1, again, it just punishes us so much. We'd really just not deal with that. Don't play back row, you jerk. 2 back row as well. Okay. I think we do this just to play around all back row. This is just the play. So then we'll just summon. We are going to get this boy out of our hand. Summon. Activate. This is a lethal push, so let's see if he's got anything. Okay, so he has got the turn 1 widespread. Oh no, it was Recital. Okay. I respect it. I respect it. It is a good thing then that we activated the Shield and Sword, otherwise we wouldn't be able to clear. Tribute to the Doomed immediately. That tells me his hand is not very well equipped to deal with our board. Huh. The fact that he had the middle Drago piece, has he got another middle Drago piece? Oh, okay, he's just hard drew the max. That's pretty bad for us, because this deck does oftentimes struggle to actually out a max. We need TSA to do it. And we still have both copies of TSA in the deck. So we just need to draw it. We're going to potentially have up to 10 opportunities. Oh no, we're not. We're only going to have these. Right, we need to see it now. Right, there's the TSA. Thank God. Otherwise, we were getting completely schooled here. So I'll set out the Hammer Crush. Go for a draw. That Dragias, unfortunately, does literally nothing for us. I guess it's just the discard with this. Get out of here, Dragias. Let's get rid of this. Right, how many monsters do we have engraved? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we have plenty then. So we will summon out the torso. Activate the torso. Bring this back. It's awkward because I would like to get more damage in, but even using this TSA and lowering his monster, we can't kill. And our life points are low enough that we don't really want to be leaving Wimps in attack mode. So we're just going to have to pass on that. Let's see what he's got. Oh, how many? We got nothing? Maximum Ragnarok. But that doesn't do anything here. You have to get up the only card in your hand. So we're literally just getting rid of the card. But he put it on top of the deck. So he accomplished literally nothing. I'm so confused. Well, these are cards. I mean, I guess we always do this. There's no reason to not throw one of these in the bin. I guess we just set this. And we'll just go for a swing. Yeah, there's nothing we could do about that, so. Now, this is where it gets dicey. Because he's got 2 monsters left on the field, he can basically just kill us. If he just drew well. But there was nothing we could do about it, right? The alternative was just not attack, which just invites losing anyway. So this is lethal on board. There's nothing we can do about it, so we might as well just go next. We did quite well, though, to overcome the max. It just, you know, he hard drew the max, then the turn after he hard drew the widespread, we didn't have any back row to stop him getting us on the counter attack. So he just drew very, very well. There's nothing we can really do there. Well, looks like that's a non-game. Let's see what our next opponent's playing. Good old player from France. Rower Cassidy. So chances are this is going to be yet... oh, no, it's not a rower skill. So Harpies or Thunder. We played against 2 Thunder today already. We haven't seen any Harpies yet, which is very strange. A nice mat here with the forest. I am a fan. I do like these kind of minimalistic mats. We've got the SL again. Will it finally summon a boss monster is the question. We've also got one of the unlucky hands, being that we've drawn our recursion monsters without anything in the graveyard set up. But SL could sort that out. Again, it still doesn't really do anything. We also have the Hammer Crush, so if we draw into a boss monster with our next 2 draws, we could discard and summon one of them off of SL. That is potential. But he hasn't set a back row again. And there's a boss monster. Naturally, of course we draw the boss monster. Let's see what we draw. So that wouldn't have been good to middle off SL anyway. So I'll go SL effect. So, summon Tribute 2 for this. Summon. Comes down to, do we want to just have a dude left in hand? I guess we do. I could just keep Seahorse in hand. So we'll bring this out. We'll summon. Tribute 2. And then we'll summon this out. We'll go to battle, we'll swing. Okay, so this should be an easy clear. Then we'll just pass. Set. So this would be the tribute time. If he has a tribute monster, there's no reason to not summon it, because it gets through anything with just the skill. Okay. So who are we weakening and who are we changing to defense? I guess you kind of have to weaken Dread Ruler. I think it just always makes sense to, right? 1500 defense is too big to warrant walking over with something else. What do you have for me, Mr. Lightning Man? Must have something, right? What are the last 2 cards in hand as well? He's doing a big think. So is he trying to just work out what's going to be the best? Ooh. I don't like that. Ah, you did have a Vorse Raider, so that makes it only 400 difference. Okay, okay. That's probably fine then. I'd have to like sit here and do the maths to actually work out that was the best way to get damage in, but... Alright, we'll go Seahorse, activate effect. Grab back Canaan. Summon out Dawn of the Dead. Tribute. Summon out the big boy. Summon out Sork. Activate the effect. Weaken Lizard. Summon out Canaan. Set a new back row. Go to battle. Swing over this for 2. Swing over this for 1. It's not a lot of damage, but we got rid of the problem, children. The problem that we're going to have is he kept this card in hand. Now, we did already have 3 monsters out, but he could have chosen not to summon out a 1500 attacker, which means it's probably another boss monster, which is very scary. We also have no cards in hand, which is also a little bit scary. But, like, we're not in a greedy enough position where we're so far ahead we can afford to just leave cards in our hand willy-nilly. Like, to do that, you already have to be winning. Yeah, let's see what he's drawn. Now, we're expecting him to already have a boss monster in hand. But is he able to pop our widespread is going to be the question. He's got the Duckbill. This could also be the other card that he kept in his hand. Gets back the Stormbolt. Set. Tribute 2 for Stormbolt. We're going to activate the effect. 2 cards left in hand still. And a TSA. Okay. My man drawing very well over here. Let's see what he does here. We're going to lose the 14. It's going to use the skill. Probably weaken it again. We basically have to use our trap. So we'll just get rid of that. Keeping a monster on board is also very, very important for us. We draw like double tribute. Having an extra monster on board is so big. We do have so many tributes left in our deck as well. We have 4. That's triple tribute. That's not really what we wanted. But I guess we have to play with the hand we're dealt. So it sucks that we're still bricking. I would just like to play the game, but unfortunately we are just bricking into oblivion in just so many games today. Like, if we had one more normal summon and we could just get out another monster, tribute again, that would have been just lethal, like straight lethal. If instead of getting the Dark Doom Dread Ruler, if we drew out just any normal summon, especially considering we're playing so many engines in here, we're playing the Crawling Torso engine and the Seahorse Carrier engine. But sometimes it's just not meant to be. I feel like statistically, we win the game there more often than we don't, but again, RNG beat RNG. You've got to be tribute summoning. There's no way you're not. So you weaken this by 7, boost this up to 28, get in for 12. All you need is 800 damage in here, which you have. So that's just lethal on board. Which is, again, a shame. We just keep... I just want us to not be bricking. Oh, that was such a free win if we had one normal summon. But instead, 18 cards in deck. We drew out 4 or 3 of our 4 remaining tribute monsters. Nothing we can do about it. Alright. We just won't brick this time. We just won't brick. It's simple. We just draw okay. We don't even have to draw well. We'll just draw okay. This is an okay hand. This is the kind of okay that we're looking for. Chances are this is probably Cyburst, and Cyburst is pretty easy as long as they don't sack you, so this will probably be fine. We're still in the draw phase, which is a little bit concerning. Every now and then you run into a player like this who just like stays in the draw phase for like way too long, and it's like, what's going on over there? Like, what kind of internet are we playing on? Alright, so we are against Cyburst by the look of things. What is this, though? What do you set in Cyburst? Alright, let's go Essel. Activate the effect. Oh my god, we hit something worth summoning off a vessel. There's no reason to do it right now. We're about to summon another Essel anyway. But then again, Essel's probably one of the better bodies to have about, so yes, we will. Out you come, Dragias. Then we'll summon. Tribute 2. Summon. Activate. Activate to protect Dragias. And we'll normal summon this as well, why not? Battle. Swing into this. Swing into this. Let's get greedy. Usually Cyburst will have low defense. Get him for that 25. So put him down to 500 immediately is pretty good. Let's see what he's got for us. And this is exactly why Essel is busted. The issue is, it's just not always busted. I want to apologize, I uninstalled the game. I mean, if you're done with the game, you can uninstall the game. No one's gonna tether you to it. We're not the Duel Links police here. Alright, what is he going to do? We're assuming he's on maximum Ragnarok, but we haven't actually seen his skill yet. Femtron. Tribute to the Doomed. Probably hits the Dragias. Leaves us with Dread Ruler, and then surrenders. Go on then, we'll save that one. I'm kind of getting a bit bored with the zombie deck, so we're going to swap on to the next aggro build. I got 2 Royal Resh Zuku. I couldn't play the game while having those. I mean, what do you mean you couldn't play the game while having them? Is my question. Like, you felt great shame in that you had 2 Royal Resh Zuku? You're not a Sky Striker player? Right, let's go to the next build. So the next build we are going to play is going to be Thunder Aggro. Let's see how this goes. I hate Sky Striker with passion. Yeah, I think that's quite a common theme. I think Sky Striker in a lot of ways is Marmite, where people either love it or they hate it. That seems to just kind of be where we're at with it. I personally, I don't hate Sky Striker. And again, I'm talking about from TCG, not from not on Duel Links, but Sky Striker has always been a deck which I've been like, it's cool. I like the idea of it. Especially when it came out, it felt like it was very different to everything else. Oh, this is a weird hand. Hello there. Hello, Sakadetsu. Just go first. I mean, that's the answer to a lot of the problems that people have, is just go first. This is going to be awkward. There's no way we end with both of these in hand. This guy has a much bigger butt, but I think he's... Ah, screw it. We'll set him. Let's see what happens. We've got 2 legends immediately, but unfortunately we have bricked a little bit. Let's see what happens here. This is probably going to be Royal Rebels again, but we'll find out. And you know what? I downloaded the game and got another Royal Shizuku. Just all Royal Shizuku have. As an Ice Barrier player, I'm not allow Sky Strikers to play their spells. I mean, Floodgates be floodgating. Alright, what are we doing with this? We have stuff. He's got too many cards in his hand for us to worry about Trigger Drago. So we are just going to summon out the big blue bastard in Multi-Strike Dragon Dragias. We will go ahead and use Barrel Dragon, and then we're just going to hit it, right? It's just going to land, right? Immediately double heads. Let's go. One of these days. To battle. Swing. 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 Get in for 26 and pass. Floodgate go burr. I mean, yeah, it's the one reason. So Floodgates even get pretty good in Rush Duel going forward. In fact, the only banned card in Rush Duel is a Floodgate. So even in... Oh, Death Doom Requiem. Uh-oh. Okay, we might be alright. That's fine. You can't clear both my big boys at the moment. Let's see if you have anything else for me. Oh, 2 back rows a little bit scary. Floodgate, my beloved. It is what it is. Sky Striker is annoying, and we must deal one way or another. I mean, yeah. That's like the beginning and end of it, right? Is it exists. You either wait for it to get hit if it's too good, or... Ugh, please. Stop filling my hand with high-level monsters. Well, let's get rid of one of these high-level monsters, shall we? Hit this. Hey! That was a good hit. Summon, summon. Tribute, tribute. Get out the boy. Activate the effect. And then let's fill our deck back up with crap. Let's go. Alright. What do we want back in? 1, 2, 3, 4 is probably a good shout. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 boss monsters out of the deck already. Alright, we'll take one of these out and we'll put like a Dragias in or something. And that's going to be the game anyway. Again, it's not like the best replay in the world, but we will take that. And also, we've got to increase our Royal Rebel count as well. Also, we've got to stop having just replays against Royal Rebels. Okay, this is also becoming a bit of a problem. All of our, like, really clean wins are against Royal Rebel players. And it's, you know, when they're not bricking out of the arse as well. Even in TCG, I have Sky Striker and hate-faced my Ice Barrier deck. I wish Duel Links had more Floodgates. Maybe more Floodgate Trap Holes. Warlock of the Ice Barrier, the banned Rush card that's a Floodgate. What's that card? Oh, it's a speed card, ironically. It is the... God, what's it even called? Fire Statue Floodgate Monster. What is it called? Barrier Statue of the Inferno. That's the one. Barrier Statue of the Inferno. Fire Barrier Statue. That's a Floodgate. Fire Barrier Statue. Pretty sure. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, makes sense. Wait, there was not Floodgate in Rush. What allow... Wait, was not a Floodgate in Rush that allow only fusion spells? Yes, it is a Sky Striker card. And that card is still at 3, but one of its fusion materials has been hit down to 1 copy. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and draw a card, I guess. Oh, this is an underwhelming hand. Guess we'll just put a bunch of stuff sideways and end the turn. Also, General Wayne of the Ice Barrier is a microcosmos for enemy spell traps. I wonder how much people like recur spell and traps at the moment, like from the graveyard. But yeah, we got some really weird Floodgates just kind of ported over to Rush. We got Vanity's Fiend, another weird one. We got... What's the other big one? Like Jinzo, but I think Jinzo's fine, right? Who thinks Jinzo is like crazy broken and the year of our Lord 2024. Tribute 2. Summon out the big boy. I guess we'll summon out the carrier, because there's no reason to like have this set. Oh, we probably had a way better play actually. We should have instead kept the Trigger Drago for a follow-up turn. That would have been way better. We just were completely on autopilot. Just swing, swing. So it's harpies as well. It's actually not a bad board to deal with harpies. Like, just hard summoning the max would suck. But other than that, this is not a bad board to deal with them. Oh, don't like double Ghost Cyclone me with double draw. That'd be super cringe. You knew what that was, so you purposely hit it, even though you just forgot. I moved from Duel Links to Shadowverse. Shadowverse is a really cool game. I've always struggled to like get into it, is my problem. There are some archetypes. What they like just have it. Jinzo versus Paleo. Yeah. I mean, that's always going to be a thing, right? We'll just wait for the ad to finish before we talk about the heroes in Rush. That cleanly clears my board, which is annoying. Alright, let's go. Dragias off the top, and we easily clean this up. Let's have a look. There we go. That's what we're talking about. Bam, bam, bam. Or we keep something in hand for, like, no reason. So I think we will just hard summon everything. But yeah, Heroes in Rush is going to be interesting. It also was on, like, April Fool's. So it was, like, a really weird time for them to announce that. But yeah, Heroes are coming to Rush. It'll be interesting to see what they do with it. I think they already said we were getting the Flame Wingman. So I'm just, like, Avian Bursting Tricks and Flame Wingman easily can just come to Rush, right? You don't even have to think about that. But the others get a bit weird, right? Sparkman, I guess, would be fine. A 1600 attack vanilla's fine. Clayman is a little bit good. It's a bit weird, because a 2000 defense monster in Rush is a lot. The only 2000 defenders that we have as level 4s are legends. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that. Morning Tomato, you doing the ranked climb for the new month? We are basically just kind of climbing whilst just playing different flavors of aggro. Although we have just got our second replay with Thunder, so we are going to swap off to a different one now. So for now, we're going to play Aggro Pure. Aggro Pure is a weird one. This was a deck that got 7th place in the GRF, and basically just doesn't play boss monsters that aren't exactly Barrel Dragon and Dragias. It's just a lot of vanillas. It's just like the most pure version of aggro you can get. And this is that exact list. This is 100% a stolen deck list, but it just looks weird. Only 4 boss monsters. Feels too low, but did get 7th place. So we are going to try it out and see how it looks. Make Clayman a legend. Easy. But it's weird, right? You can't just have Clayman as your legend. Plus, it also means you'd only have 1 copy, which just means all of his fusions become a bit weird. I don't think they'd bring out all of the Elemental Hero fusions either, but it's kind of the Elemental Hero thing is having a bunch of different fusions and them all being able to crisscross into different fusions, right? So, especially because you know it's going to be like the Jaden fan servicey versions of the heroes. It's not going to be like I doubt we're going to get Vision heroes. We're not going to get. I doubt we get Stratos. We're not going to get like Prisma. We're going to get. Actually, Stratos as a legend. Now that could be an interesting idea. That could be cool. Let's see how many legend cards will be in heroes. It's a weird one, right? Because you can only have 1 monster, spell, and trap. So they can't like have too many. April 1st in Japan is mainly just a new business quarter, so new announcements coming April 1st isn't anything crazy. Yeah, but just think about your overseas compatriots, right? We're all sat here. Oh, actually, how do we out that? We kind of need a boss monster off the top here. That's not very good. Well, we're not doing that. Even if we weaken this, we can't weaken it enough. is there a reason to hold this? Only if we draw a second one of this. Otherwise, we might as well keep this. But even if we keep both of these on their own, that's only a reduction of 700. So it doesn't actually accomplish anything. So we might as well just set both of these and hope we draw into another copy of Light Sorcerer. It will be Neos as a legend, most likely. I don't even think Neos needs to be a legend, though. Like, we have 2,500 monsters that are vanillas in the game. And also, I would like Neos to not come out. In my mind, there's two eras of GX. There's the Neos era, and there's, like, the Flame Wingman era, right? And I think GX, or at least Jaden's deck, was more interesting and exciting before he got the Neospatians. But I personally would like there to just not be any Neospatians. Don't put Neos in. Just give us, like, the Clayman, Sparkman, Burstinatrix, Bubbleman, Avian, like, Wild Heart, that kind of era of all of the elemental heroes. So now we have the problem of we can now weaken something twice by a lot and then still get clapped. So we basically have to just keep going on the defensive here until we just draw boss monsters. So this is where this deck gets a bit funky, right? Because again, this deck only plays 4 bosses. But then isn't this going to happen a lot and you're just going to get beaten up? But again, this deck got 7th place in the GRF. So clearly there's something going on with it. It's just I don't get it yet. I do not understand what makes this deck good. Like, I feel like if we were against, like, Harpies or something that could get multiple attacks in, even against another aggro player, they would just be beating us to death with a Dragias right now. And, like, this doesn't help. It kind of does if we get lucky. Alright, let's just get lucky. Let's just get lucky. We'll go Shield and Sword. We'll just summon out 2 of these. We're going to drop Magical Stream, and we're just going to hit exactly the right card. Which we didn't. Then we're going to activate this and weaken this. We're going to activate this and weaken this. And then he's just not going to have a widespread. We're just... That's our win con now. Just don't have it. Yep. I don't know how this deck's meant to be good, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. There's not much stuff you can make a legend from these OG stuff. Maybe Equal. Well, I don't think Equal works. We don't have any tutoring whatsoever in Rush. Like, there is literally no card in Rush that searches your deck. So I don't think they would want to start doing that. If they do some of his newer stuff, it will be Neos or Winkaribo. So I think it will just be elemental heroes. I don't think they'll have to do things like Winkaribo or anything like that. I think they will just have some heroes just hanging out, doing hero stuff. Literally what I do love Widespread Ruin is such a meta-defining card. I mean, yeah, 100%. It is so crazy. Right, Essel, unfortunately, this is the wrong turn for you, Essel. But we will use Deal, because there's no reason to not. Out you come. Well, we get to set our whole hand, I guess. Just something. And then we pass. Deck Searcher, I don't think we will get in Rush, mostly Excavate effects. Yeah, I think if we were going to get something like that, it would be like, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, add an Elemental Hero or monster from among them to your hand or something. Which I could see them doing, like they've done that with a few of their different types of effects. There are a lot of Cyburst players, which is weird because Cyburst has not been a particularly popular or a particularly strong deck. But here we go, just another Cyburst player. He's also almost certainly has either 2 maximum pieces or 2 high levels in hand. Possibly both. Unfortunately, we can't actually use any of our back row because he hasn't played any of his back row. So we're just going to kind of have a staring contest for a bit, I think. We can't kill it without using a back row. And we need more monsters in our graveyard to do that. Actually, let's do this. We'll activate the effect of Essel. Oh, there goes our trap, unfortunately. That makes things a little bit awkward because now, if I do this, we did hit a monster, which is good. Now we have to summon out the second Essel, which is what we didn't want to do. So now we can activate TSA. We want to leave you in the grave, but the rest of you can all come back in. I'm going to weaken this down to 500. Then I'm going to just set this, I guess. Straight to battle. We'll just get in. Yeah. Go, every little small monster in my deck. Then we'll just pass. Pot of Duality Legend card. I could see it. I could definitely see it. Cybursts are cool, though. Man, just hard draws the max. Cybursts are cool. Like, I don't want to, like, discredit them. They're just generally not popular, and they're generally not, like, performing super well. So it's just surprising to see so many of them. Why are you popping my monsters? Surely you want to not pop my monsters. I mean, we can out this, but we're going to be very low on life points. It seems to be the only way that maximum or Cyburst seems to win. It's just hard draw the max. That seems to be their only real consistent win con. If they don't do that, usually they just kind of fall over. We need to draw a boss monster, but again, we only have 4 in the deck, so it's not super likely we're going to find them. We actually can't out this because we don't have a boss monster. This deck's weakness really shining through. Because again, we can weaken it down to 2000, but then we can't attack over it. So, again, not my deck. This is 7th place in the GRF's deck. And it only plays 4 boss monsters. And we have lost 2 games now because entirely off the fact that this deck only plays 4 boss monsters and we're not drawing them. So I don't know if the guy who was playing this deck just got really lucky every time he played it and just was like, I'm just going to draw one of my bosses every game. Or what? But it's like there. We had the out to it. We had the cards that would get it under 2000 attack. We just did not have any of the boss monsters to actually attack over it. So, like, what are you supposed to do? Well, this is an okay going first hand. Obviously, it'd be better if we hit some back row, but it is what it is. Boss monsters, what is it? My deck doesn't have any. So what you're saying is, if you don't reach KoG, it's the deck swap. We keep swapping decks, so that's fine. And yeah, so the whole point is, I'm trying to work out why this deck is good. How did this deck do so well with so few boss monsters? And so far, what I've experienced is not having very many boss monsters feels kind of bad. So it's like I'm trying to find the pros. The pros should be you won't brick on high levels as much, which is true. But the con is I'm bricking on low levels far more often, which doesn't feel like it balances out very nicely. I think we do just use this. I don't think there's a reason to sit on it. No reason to sit on this. Get rid of that. Summon. Summon. I think we just don't even bother summoning out the boss monster, you know. I think it's actually worse. We get half of his life points off here immediately anyway. If we high rolled, we get an extra 1100 damage in, and we don't have a good answer for him next turn. Because we run so many or so few boss monsters anyway, it's not super likely we draw one next turn anyway, so the chances of us bricking should be a lot lower than usual. I ask it because my only boss monster in my 0 gem deck is Maximum Harpy Ladies. I mean, Harpies is like this whole other beast on its own, right? I think because most of the matchups in GRF were Harpy or Magnum, deck looks to be built for beating them easier. Yeah, but if you like look at the top 100. So again, I was playing against people pretty much the top 100. Like after the first half of the first day, I was playing against almost exclusively people in the top 100. And if you look through their lists, a ton of them are on Royal Rebels. That's the most popular matchup. Well, there is another boss monster. Guess we'll summon this. Get out the Barrel Dragon immediately. And we'll see what Barrel Dragon does here. If we can just kill this, that would be so big. Thank you. Thank you so much. So now, we just win through anything. Go! Still on the barrier. Still on the barrier. Interesting. Interesting. I still wait for more free-to-play Beast Gears cards. I mean, hopefully we'll get some, right? Fingers crossed. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what ends up being like the next big deck, because we have to hit Royal Rebels, right? There has to be a hit sooner or later. It's a little bit concerning we haven't heard anything already, because I really don't want this to be the meta for the next 2 months. Like, we really need to hit the Royal Rebels. And, you know, specifically the Hell Tuning Invasion. Well, it's Barrel Dragon again. Alright, let's just get all of our boys on the board and pass the turn. So he's got. Now, is this going to actually be Royal Rebels? And if it is it going to be the mighty Hell Tuning Invasion? Only time will tell. I mean, that's a little bit annoying, but all it hit was Magical Stream, so nothing's really changed. Let's see what you've got for me. We still have no idea what was actually on. We're going to assume it's Royal Rebels, but we haven't seen any Royal Rebel cards yet. Oh, there we go. So it's probably almost certainly Hell Tuning Invasion then. Double Buyer. What is that? That is only relevant if he has exactly Doom Metal. Otherwise, it just doesn't matter. Especially since you wouldn't want to shuffle back in Karibo anyway. There'll be a Thunder and Harpies tie, Magnum Aggro contender. Depends on what skill changes actually are, though. I think the only thing that needs to get changed is the Rebel skill, right? I don't think anything else matters. So he can get 400 plus 1,000, or he can pop that and get... what's that? 15, 18? Yeah, so this ended up being the bigger damage. Imagine this set is 3 Claymats. Please no. Right, we'll fire off Hammer Crush Deal. Set this out. Now that's a very nice draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we do just go all out just this once, I think. Maybe this was a bit too aggressive. Maybe the play was just Barrel Dragon and not summon out Dragias, but I'm like, if this connects, this is just lethal. Well, it didn't connect, so it doesn't matter, but what else would it have been? So if we didn't have Dragias, we would have got an extra 500 damage in, and we would have had a Dragias in hand. Although, if he just doesn't draw a boss monster, I mean, he knows we have Hammer Crush Deal. I guess he's just doing what he can. We'll flip this over. Let's get rid of you. Pop this. And that's going to be the game. So we had lethal on board there anyway. Wait, was that 2 replays with this deck already? I think that was. Alright. I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like the games we won were the games that we just drew boss monsters. And I feel like we just kind of got a bit lucky to draw into them. It didn't feel like we did anything particularly exciting or interesting. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know how I feel about the pure aggro. But now, we're going to move on to Dino Aggro. This time we're on life point game. We'll see how that changes. I mean, we had to play dinos. You know we had to play dinos today. There's no way we're not playing dinos. I don't see them killing a whole deck from 3 boxes without giving them something else to do. New skill counts, or they go worst power creep. Yeah, but that's the thing. The other skill they have is fine. It's just not crazy good, right? The skill that they get, being the Doom Requiem, is a good skill. Like, that deck isn't bad. It's just, why would you play it when there's a much better skill? Now, is that deck going to be a top tier meta contender? Probably not, but it's fine. I think that's kind of where I sit with it, is it's like, the deck is decent, it's just not going to be like tier 1. It's going to be like tier 3. And I think that's fine, right? They're so overly tuned. How do you make a skill which works better for a deck than Hell Tune? Oh my, did this man just hard draw turn 1 Harpy Lady Sisters? Sheesh. He's going to flip one of our guys as well. Okay, he does flip our biggest guy. But we now... I don't even know what we draw here to, like, counteract this. If we get anything other than a 15 as well, we just die. So that's just lethal. There's nothing we can do. Yeah. So if he... I mean, I guess we just play to our outs, right? We can set just this. He flips it up. We're not dead. Because of this skill. But we can't set anything else other than this because we just die. We could get out the Dragias and hope we draw into something, but we need a boss monster to out this. Mind you, no matter what, we need to draw. I think we actually have to do this. As annoying as it is, I think this has to happen. We have to give up the Dragias. Oh, we could have summoned the Dragias in attack mode. That would have been... I guess he... well, there's no chance he TSAs it. No chance. If the new skill flipped face up, it'd be more fair hell tuning. But then at that point, you just weaken hell tuning, right? Like, if there's a fair hell tuning and hell tuning, then you have to basically destroy hell tuning. We can get this thing down to 14, then attack over it. So we drop the TSA. I don't want to leave another beast in grave. Now, the only reason this kind of sucks is I could have had 1,300 more life points if I'd put Dragias in attack mode. So our misplay might end up just losing us this game. Is that just straight lethal? Be 1,000. Yeah, that's just straight lethal. If he has any spell trap in his hand, we're dead. Yeah, that's just game. Nothing we can do about that. That's a shame, but we didn't have any trap cards, so can't do anything about that. Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't think there's a way to make hell tuning fair without killing the skill / what the skill is intended for. I think it's going to either get nerfed so hard it's no longer playable, or it'll be changed and mean nothing. Yeah, I think it needs to just die, right? Just get rid of it. We already have other Royal Rebel skills that are still playable and fine. Just get rid of it. The whole point of it was to make Royal Rebel's invasion feel like it's not just a thing you summon out and tribute off. But it turns out if we make that card good, it ruins the format. So just get rid of that. Just let Royal Rebels Invasion be a bad card and move on. Right? That's all we need to do. Again, why has this happened twice now? I just want to play the video game. Konami! Konami, what's going on? Konami, your server's on fire. Do you need help? Right, let's try for the third time and see if we can actually get into a game. Komani's server potato is becoming baked. Well, at least I'll have something nice for lunch. Dual Link servers KEKW, exactly. Bobingo from Malaysia. Another rower. Let's see what he's got. Because we're talking smack about Royal Rebels, quick say something nice about them. Royal Rebels, in general, I think are fantastic. I love them. I think they're really, really cool. Hell tuning invasion is the problem. I played a ton. Ugh, come on, deck. What is this? What is this? I played a ton of the Death Doom Requiem. That skill is really fun. That feels more like you're actually playing Royal Rebels. Well, there's an Essel. And he gets to summon out a tribute monster. So, to be fair, we have done this a lot today, the L turn 2 Essel, but we've only summoned a tribute monster one time. So now we've already, like, karma'd out. Unfortunately as well, because he's playing Harpies, he's going to flip up our Paku-Paku-Chu, and we're going to take a crap ton of damage, which is not ideal, so we're probably going to feel forced to use our... Oh, God. Are you serious? Am I getting this high rolled? Is he going to tribute this for another one? No, he's got a back row, which is arguably even scarier. Holy... Oh, and he's not even getting greedy, bro. He's not even getting greedy. So we're still going to take a crap ton no matter what. Oh, this is awful. We have just gotten... We bricked and our opponent has high rolled into infinity. Like, this is so bad. This is so bad. I agree the new skill is more fun, but hell tuning exists, and because of the new ban list changes, most people are playing Doom in hell tuning. Yeah. This is a real crapshoot, isn't it? I mean, we have to use this just to be able to kill the Harpy. Then the question becomes... I actually think maybe we don't summon any boss monster here. That way we can clear the whole board. But that feels so bad. If his back row is also... I mean, it could be. He could have just turned one, drawn the widespread. But I don't think I can just leave 2 high levels in hand. That's just like asking for death. We'll go ahead and gain our life points. Okay. No widespread turn 1. Thank God. If this guy had high rolled that hard that he got all of that out and a widespread, it was just completely Joba. There was nothing we were doing there. Right, TSA comes down. That's fine. It's going to come down to how hard can you pop off here with all of this. We already had 2 Harpies, like a Harpy and a Harpy Pet Dragon in the grave. The likelihood of you having a lot more of that in hand seems kind of low. 5 cards to work with. Does have the Sisters. Summons out the Faith Bird. Hysteric Force. Boost up the attack. And a back row. The back row's the scary part. Right, if we could just draw an Urbi off the top, that would be swell. That's not an Urbi. We do, though, have enough to get Paku-Paku-Chu live. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll put Paku Paku back in. Grab back Gazelle. Summon. Tribute. Tribute. Activate the effect. I think here we do just go... Mind you, right, what could his back row be? If we summon out Rex and we just attack into this, I think we just win either way, right? Like, there's no back row in the game that protects him from 2 of these attacks. And especially if we do this, there is just literally nothing in the game that will save him. It's going to weaken this thing. I'm just going to attack in. Yeah! Alright. Even after that absolutely ridiculous high roll, we still managed to win that game. It didn't really show off our deck so much as it showed off, like, just a big comeback. And comebacks are cool. Who doesn't love a nice comeback, right? Who does not love a good comeback? It's a shame we didn't get to do any dinosaur stuff, but we didn't see any Urubi. Which has been a running theme at the moment. The only thing is, I don't think it's worth putting in things like Little D. It's just not worth the slot, right? Like, getting off the Rex effect on a Little D every now and then might be kind of helpful, but, like... It's just such a dead card 99% of the time. I mean, the other one's Mammoth Graveyard, obviously, which is just better than Little D. But again, I don't really want to just run a 1200 vanilla that doesn't do anything most of the time. Look at that, it's a rank-up game. See what happens. Hey, it's Urubi, which means this time we just won't see Super King Rex. Excuse me, Little D carries the deck. Well, there's the boy. I think here we have to just summon out Rex, right? We can't just have him sit in hand. 1-2, summon out the Rex. Activate Rex. Oh, there's a Dragias to the grave. Pass turn. Dinosaurs doing dinosaur things! Yeah! Okay, we have the Trick Pigeon. We have a Faith Bird. Where are we going with this? The turn 1 Harpy's Pet Dragon once again. Now he's... Don't tell me that last card is... Ooh! Okay, this is actually kind of fine then. So if he wants to clear our board, he has to crash. He does crash. Interesting. Unfortunately, we have just a few too many cards in our graveyard. Also, how are we still bricking? Like, come on. What is this? Alright, normal. Normal. I think the best play is probably to get out another Dragias from our hand. Just because, again, 2 tribute monsters in hand without a good way to fix the hand is pretty rough. And what a great mill as well. What a great mill. Welcome to Brick City. Is this because we talk shit on Little D? Is that what's going on? Konami's just like, nah, you can have bad hands for the rest of the time now. Don't worry about it. Now, any Harpy Lady immediately outs this. Which is kind of scary. Especially since he hasn't found any of the sisters so far. The chances of him having one should be quite high. Don't tell me he's got another dragon. Okay, yeah, here's a sister. This is what we expected. Very defensive hand, though. We were expecting to take a lot of damage here, but this is kind of fine. We're running out of boss monsters, though. I think we've drawn, like, every single one in the deck already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's every single one of our boss monsters has been drawn out. So we want to put them back in with this in a sec. Is it even worth dropping this? It doesn't end the game. And we're going to use this anyway. It's all normal. normal. We'll activate the effect, weaken that. Tribute. Summon out the boy. Activate the effect. Activate TSA. Again, just to put some boss monsters back in the deck. I mean, sure, we'll just put this back in. Weaken the only target. Set. Go to battle. Swing. Is it the widespread? Oh, it's the widespread. Well, we could just get OTK'd here on the crackback. 54 is still quite high. But... hear me out. Thunder Dino, but with Carrier and King Rex as bosses. The field presence would be good. The problem is... we need the boss monsters back, because we're not going to bloody see any later. We'll weaken that. We'll activate Ghost Cyclone, and we'll go ahead and pop this. We would like to draw a card, please. Hamster is nice, but we've only got one Beast in Grave, so that doesn't actually do much. I think we are going to use this effect just because we want some stuff in the graveyard. Double Uraby, that is actually huge. So tribute both of these. Summon out the boy. Activate Rex. Bring back the Uraby. Now, do we summon out this and tribute off, or do we just leave this out? I think we probably just leave this out. We're going to set, and we are going to go ahead and use life point gain. Now we'll go to battle phase. We will try and attack over this and see if he has something. He doesn't. Is he a second recital? It's not. And then we will just get in for the 15. So it looks very tasty. Very, very tasty. Draw better? What do you mean? We've got the Rex out. The boy is on the board. Oh, don't pop my back row. I like having that though. I don't think we could have drawn better there. I mean, I guess we could have... Imagine having the Dragias in hand still feels good. So with this, we still have 3 boss monsters in deck. So that's a 1 in 6 to see boss monsters. So we're going to bring back Boat. Seems to be the option, unless our hand is already a bit clogged with high levels. Which only time will tell. Doing a big think. I respect the big think. I do respect the big think. Thing is, after the big think, I want to see like a really awesome play come down. You know, like I'm like, oh, he's gonna sit here. He's gonna spend like 2.5 minutes thinking up this really cool play, and then I want him to like wipe my whole board, do a ton of damage, and put me in a really awkward position. And then I'd be like, yeah, the big think came through. Oh, Duckbill. We are putting a card back. We are taking back the Stormbolt. Tribute 2 Stormbolt. Use the effect. Weaken Rex is probably the play. Ooh, does have the Jaws. I still think Weakening Rex is the play here, which looks like he agrees. Then he can boost Jaws and attack over and crash if he wants to clear the whole board. Or he can just do a boost over here. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting you can change the battle position. That's really good then. So now use Jaws. Jaws boost Lizard. Lizard attack over, attack over, attack over. Get some good damage in. And this is why we respect the big think. This is it. He sat there, he thought about it, he found a really good play. Big think and he just sets 5. He's kept the card in his hand, which is even scarier. Because that means we potentially have that to deal with as well. Ugh, again, a second Dragias. Bruh. Bruh, please. Well, all we can do is play cards. We didn't really have any choice there. We could have gone for more damage, but then we just kind of die. We can't leave the blast jaws up. This was the best option we had. If he has it, he has it at the end of the day. Unfortunately, drawing the second Dragias really put us in a really awkward position there. Like, even just having another monster in defense mode would have been really good. Oh, and he's got another boat. He's got another boat. I'll be going tomorrow. Good luck. Thanks for stopping by. Can't kill anyone. And I'll see you next time. Hopefully. Right, but he can't pierce over me. That's what, 1,000 plus 24. And that's the lethal. That's a shame. That is a shame. Oh, should I save that replay? That's not a bad replay. I think we do save that replay. That's going to be our last replay, though. We needed, like, a good loss in there, and that was a good loss. That's our 10 replays farmed. I mean, they're probably not the best replays, but it's really awkward to, like, keep track of them all when you're playing a bunch of different decks, even though the decks are all effectively the same. It's a player from Gold Rank 5. Roa Cassidy. Oh, we did actually play against another Royal Rebels, didn't we? So we were already at 6. So this is going to be potentially number 7. Another brick hand. Again, this is the 5 boss variant. So this is the one where we were like, we don't want to be bricking too much. So we're going to decrease the number down a bit. And yet. We'll go with the SO to hope we hit something. And we always bring something back. No reason for it not to be Silver Wolf, is there? There's no reason to not summon out Dragias. Don't have anything to do off the Rex anyway. Activate the effect. summon set. Imagine if this was just another 1500. We would be in such a good position. Alright, looks like we are against the old rebels. This is probably going to be a Ghost Cyclone, so just flip it up immediately now. Oh, okay. Not a Ghost Cyclone. What do you have that you're holding back there? HTI, so that's expected. Discards the heavy metal, even though heavy metal is by far the best thing, which means he has the second. I mean, this kind of sucks. We're going to take a lot of damage here, but like, again, we don't have a better option. So it was that or nothing, really. And Jesus. We are in a real awkward situation. How do we keep bricking so hard? Like, so hard! Okay, we'll put this back. We'll take this. And this is the song that has the random, like, 30 seconds of silence at the end. Alright. It's gotta be Dragias again. Activate the effect. Still no dinosaur in graveyard. This displeases me. I don't think I can afford to put Dragias back in. As much as I would really like to. Alright. Get back in the deck. Set. Battle. Attack. Oh, I toggled up. Oh no, he didn't have it live. Okay. Again, there's nothing we could do. So it was this or nothing, right? God, the brick is so real. We brick so much today as well. Like, holy. How do we brick this much? Now he's going to Hell Shooting Invasion. The way he's playing this means he must have Invasion. Wait, what? Why would you do it this way round, though? Do not understand. Well, we get to live a turn. He's playing badly, but we're still going to lose to him, which is very disappointing. Yeah. Sure. Let's just put everything back in, I guess. I don't know what we're supposed to do with this. Let's just... We still had... What was that? 19 cards left in our deck, and we had seen 4 of our 5 boss monsters. Go get him, champ. And don't tell me he's got, as well, the widespread now. Oh my god. Jesus Christ, that was a slaughter. And it's all down to our own deck as well. Just shitting out all of the high levels all at, like, so early in the game. It's like, what are we supposed to do with that? I suppose I'd rather it happen now than, like, in the finals of a tournament. Because that's when it really sucks. When, like, you brick for, like, no reason. And it's just, like, at the worst possible time. Alright, let's see what Yuga's got for us. Playing a Yuga skill. So this could be SAR. This could be Magnum Overlord. His hand is okay. Obviously, we'd rather have a boss monster in it. We just want the one, though, Konami. We just want the one boss monster. Don't need none of that 2 bullshit, okay? Just the one is good. Right. So we are against the Magnum. Cheated out something, so that could be anything, really. Tribute it for another... So that means these are both certainly tribute monsters. This is potentially an SRM. This is potentially... Probably a Torna. But could be something bigger. Alright. But we have to just get aggressive. So we'll swing into this. We'll swing into this. Hopefully it's a Torna and not... Yeah, we're fine then. We'll get him for 12. So that could have been a Splat, which some people do play in this deck. And that would have been very awkward. But it was not a Splat, so we're good to go. So we know the top card of his deck is going to be one of his Magnum Overlord pieces. That 2BS feels algorithm based. Yeah, I mean, it might be. I cannot say one way or another, well. Welcome on in, by the way. Alright, let's see what he's got. We're going to set another monster. So we know he's got green in hand because he added green back to the top of his deck before. This could be anything. It's an Ansler. Okay. I mean, there's no reason to not just destroy the Ansler here, right? Extra monsters means that if we draw a big brick, we'll be good to go. We have just drawn a big brick, so we're good to go. There's no reason to not summon out bricks here. Summon this. Set. The only thing... Well, I know he's got 2 pieces. I know he has 2 pieces. So I guess I go to battle phase. We swing with this. And we swing with this. And we swing with this. Okay, so we attacked in that order because if he had a widespread and he did pop our Rex, we could then stop attacking. We can then just say, okay, I don't want to get your life points any lower. I can't kill you. I'm just going to leave it. Which is why we did it specifically that way round. But it ended up being alright because he didn't have anything anyway. We kind of saw through everything he was doing there. And obviously he got a little bit unlucky, but we knew he had green in hand, so he was just... He got greedy, keeping green in hand, right? He could have set it to try and live, but he chose to instead be like, I'm just going to hope I live the turn and try and maximum my opponent by drawing out the final piece next turn. So he made a mistake, effectively. But in hindsight, it's very obvious. At the time, it might not have seemed like a mistake to him. This is a weird hand. I'm not the biggest fan of this hand, but let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. This might be okay. Every time my opponent plays stuff in attack mode, I have nothing to punish it. It's very sad. Whenever I've got like the perfect punish hand, it's when they're setting 3. Because setting 3 is obviously going to happen more often than not, right? What is that? I can't punish it no matter what, though. Ah! I think I have to leave a Talismanic Seal Array in my hand because there is a good chance that he has access to a Trigger Drago. So I can't just, like, go ham and go for the extra draw as much as I would like to. And there's the Trigger Drago. You tribute to the Doomed or Dragias is Maxima Overlord's weakness. It's a weird one, right? Because you can rush them down, but at the same time, if they can stop you halfway through rushing them down, it like can get really bad really quickly. Once again, this hand is super bad. And I guess I hold you, which means I guess we're just going to set 3 and pass again. I guess I set this now. I'm also getting a little bit worried that we haven't seen a boss monster already, which means, again, we're probably going to get to a situation where we draw out 2 in one turn, which is really not what we need. We really need to get them one at a time. Okay, here is the big boatman himself. Just goes to attack him. Smack, smack, and smack. Now the issue is that we also have to deal with both of his back row. Now, there is one way to deal with some back row, I suppose. So we'll drop the Ghost Cyclone. We'll hit one and see what happens. Oh, I should have done this first. Oh, that was really dumb. That was really dumb. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we could have got the draw. That's fine. Summon, summon. Activate the effect. We'll weaken you. Then we'll activate the effect. And we'll weaken you. I'm going to summon. Activate the effect. I'm going to weaken you. Then I'm going to activate. And we'll put back what, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, we can use some more. I think we do summon this either way, right? I mean, at the end of the day, this gets punished really easily, but I don't think we have much of another option. Pop these back in again. If he has the widespread, he has the widespread. No widespread, okay. This way, we've emptied our hand of all the bullshit. We've cleared his board. Our life points are looking pretty good. Our graveyard's nicely set up for everything our deck can do. We have a good amount of boss monsters still in the deck. I know it's the weakness because that's how I lose and beat people playing the deck. It's a really weird deck. Magnum Overlord is a deck that when I first picked it up, I played it like Spellcaster Beatdown that can sometimes OTK your opponent. And it did okay. It didn't do, like, great. It was okay. It was fine. Then when I started playing it like a maximum deck, that's when it started getting really good. And no cards in hand. But again, we don't need cards in hand, right? Because we could have kept the Dragias in hand. I think, if we had shuffled. Because we would have had 2 less in graveyard and we wouldn't have had the mill. But I think we could have gone down to 0 monsters in graveyard, kept Dragias in hand. But all that does is stop us from taking 1,300 damage. Like, overall, I don't think that's worth it. This is where stuff's going to get funky. We don't need to mill anything. We use Rex effect to bring back Urbi. Have to use this. I guess we're setting this either way. It's probably just going to get popped, but we're going to just do what we can. It does get to clear, which is something that we weren't expecting. And we'll get it for 12. Down at 800, we do have a good trap card. I'm expecting his back row to be Trailblitzing Thunderblast. Like, possibly even 2 of them. Although he could have a Legend spell plus Thunderblast, but I'm fully expecting a Thunderblast back there. There we go. So he's hit our trap, which is fine. There's nothing we really do about that. Then there's the Legend. So we did predict the back row pretty much spot on. Question is going to become, does he have another boss monster? I don't think you'd bother activating Tribute to the Doomed if you had a boss monster, right? There's no real reason to. Thunder the Thunder is going to use Thunder the Thunder, so he really wants to clear. Has the other Trailblitzing. Gets the full clear. Is down at 800, so 2100 attack just kills, depending on what the back row is. That is a really funny hand. Alright, so we'll go Ghost Cyclone. We'll pop. Then we're going to summon. Summon. Activate the effect. Weaken this down. Activate the effect. Weaken this down. Then we'll just attack over it. And that's why pay to win is really cool. You know, who doesn't love having the Light Sorcerer Sanctity? Yay, no duck. Even if he had gotten a boss monster, I mean, he would have been able to clear either way. The boss monster's harder for me to out. It depends what else he left on the field, right? Because I could, because he was on 800, I could always, with that hand, reduce something by 12. And then all I need is, I guess, 800 more than the 12 minus. So if he summoned a 15, I take 12 off it. It goes down to 300 attack. If I summon out a 15, I still just win. It's like, it's a weird thing, right? But if summoning out a boss monster meant he didn't have another monster on the field, all of a sudden it becomes a lot harder to kill, right? It's another rower. Now, once again, we forgot to update our counter on the last rower. So is this going to be number 8? Well, when am I getting a rank? That'd be nice. No, not this hand. Not on our rank up. Oh, God, no. We have to have one of these games every now and then. Again, usually the kind of go-to amount for the longest time was 6 boss monsters. We have -1'd that down to 5, and yet we still open these hands. And he gets a free draw. Oh, the sadness. Just the utter sadness. The problem is now we need to dodge every spell trap and the last 2 high levels in our deck just to have a play next turn. I sent you a meme. Let's check it out. Alright, we'll show this on stream after this game, I think. I set it up to be able to do so. Go to... Here we go. Go away, Adgard. Do you have money? Yes. Buy. No, not for you. Not for that. Blasphemy. Buy it anyway. No. Do you have a job? No. Do you have a profession? No. Do you have a soul? No. Liar. Yes. Sell it. Bam, bam, bam. All roads lead to the Light Sorcerer Sanctity. All roads. Right. We'll Cyclone Pop. Draw a card. Normal. Normal. Tribute 2. Go get him, champ. Eh. We tried. We tried. But we still have these bricks in our hand, just taking up space. I mean, there's like a 1% chance he doesn't just immediately kill us here, right? But that 1% is enough to not immediately scoop. We'll see what he does. Go on, drop a boss monster from your hand. Yeah, that's right. Alright, he's 23 off of killing us. 23. Let's see what he's got. We are almost certainly dead, and our opponent is taking their time. So does that mean they cannot kill us? Because that would be really funny if he actually doesn't have lethal somehow. Okay, he now has 22, so he's 11 off. He only has 1,000 on board. We're alive currently. Reincarnation? Does that? Yeah, that's lethal because he just take back any of his big monsters. Okay, that is so funny. Wait, no, he already had. He had a boss monster anyway. Oh, so he was just literally spinning plates. He was really stupid and couldn't see he had lethal, or he was just clicking buttons for fun. It was one of those two things. Oh my god, the music is playing now. This has to be a win, right? This music means it's always a win. When this music comes on, it's always a win. Alright, Yuga Odo. We're going first. Generally a good thing. Means we're probably going to open like 3 Essel. Well, there's 1 Essel. There's Rex. I think we just set a backward pass, right? I don't think we need to get anything fancy. We don't have to get cute. This is a pretty good turn 1. Maximum Overload. It's got the middle piece. Okay, it's the scariest piece. Gets out the SRM. That's kind of fine. We don't really care about SRM. It's Torna that we have to care about. Okay, discards the Sanctity. Uses SRM. Mills a card. 2 cards left in hand. What are they? What are they doing? Tribute for Torna. Are we going to bother using Torna effect? We're not. We're keeping that in hand, which means this is almost certainly a maximum piece. Which means our man is really vying for just drawing his maximum, like in the next couple of turns. So we need to clear this board, but not cripple him too much, unless we can just kill. This is a really weird hand. How much damage can I get in here? So we have 5,000 plus 25, which is 7,500 plus 19. That's the maximum damage we can get. Then we have to minus his 3,700. Which is 5,700. So we cannot kill him, no matter what here. So the question then becomes, how much damage do we want to get in? What's in our graveyard currently? We have a beast, so if we get another beast in the graveyard, we'll have this set up. So we're going to summon Gazelle. We're going to Tribute 1, Tribute 2. We're going to activate Super King Rex. We're going to bring back the Urabi. But they're going to summon out Archfiend Soldier. We're then just going to straight to battle. We're going to attack over this. We're going to attack over this. We're just getting for 15. And we pass. Now the question is, how much damage can he get up to? If he can go to... He go 3,500. He can increase it by 22. And then he can increase that by another 16. And if he attacks over our Urabi... what would that be? 5,800. So he doesn't have lethal just by maxing us. It doesn't matter if he's not maxing us. So if we draw a second Dragias, we can just kill. That might change things. So what would this be? So we lower him by 14. 21 minus 14 is 700. So we get 700 in, plus a direct attack of 25. Is not lethal. No, wait. Am I being dumb? I reduce him by... I cut him down to 7. That'd be 25 minus 700 is 18, plus the 25 would be 43. So this should just be lethal. Unless I'm really stupid, which I wouldn't put it past me to be really stupid. I'm just throwing that out there. We need to make sure we can kill these, so we need 1,500s if we can. I don't think we can. The only issue is, if one of these has a 1,400 butt, we cannot kill. But I mean, I guess we just do what we can. Either that or I've made a mistake somewhere. We'll find out. We'll find out. So we'll drop the TSA. We'll put 1, 2, 3, 4 back in our deck. Weaken this down. And he scoops. He knows. Whoa. Let's give him a nice for that. Okay, that required too much maths for me. That required just far too much maths for me. But we got there. That means we might be back for promotion game. And we have to squeeze in another game before the music ends. Oh no, we don't have time. The music's coming to an end right now. It's like we say, we always win when this music's playing. But we can't just play this on loop. We'll get bored of it. And its power will start to fade. Alright, Mimi and Mimi. Let's see what you got for us. This is our rank up game. It's okay, we have Coconut Mall from Mario Kart Wii. That means this is our new victory song. The victory song is even more powerful than the last. That's all it takes. Right, let's see if coconut milk can lead us to another victory or not. Only time will tell. That's an interesting name. That is just a square. That is a literal square. Now, usually this would mean aggro, but this could be resonance. This could be ancient forces. It's another one of those spend 20 minutes in the draw phase players. Let's see what he's got. Hello, Tomatongus. Welcome, welcome on in, Soramir. I've got to say, whack, I'm a sub. Yeah, you got gifted a sub. I think when Krusty was in here and is just throwing subs around like a madman. Yeah, I try my best to like keep up with Discords, but I'm really, really bad at it. So every now and then I'll just poke my head into someone's Discord, try and read up on some of the chat. And I gotta say, Sora, some of the shit you come out with. Oh. The April Fools yesterday were completely, just absolutely insane. Oh. That's interesting. That gives us... do we just go for this? I think we do. Summon out the Paku Paku. We'll get out the wolf. We're going to activate wolf now while we can. Weaken this. No, we don't summon that yet. Or do we? No, we totally do. We totally do. We'll go 1. We'll go 2. Summon out the big boy. Activate his effect. We'll summon. Activate his effect. Doesn't really matter what we weaken here. Tribute 1. Tribute 2. Summon out the boy. Activate his effect. Bring back the Urubi. Everyone's favourite little raptor. We'll go to battle. We'll swing in. Kaboom. Kaboom. Raptor beats anything. Get in for the 25. Pass the turn. Feels good. Feels good, man. Ah, when the Super King Rex hits just right. That's what we're looking for. So I wonder if he saw us rename the monsters. So if you're talking about in Hylister's Discord, yes, that's what I was primarily referring to. Some things I am not willing to say on my stream. You know, there was stuff about Dragias having 2 of something. There was things about Seven's Road Magician having 7 of something. I had a nice little chuckle to myself at the very least. It was all Sora. Bad influence, that one. Oh. I found it actually hilarious, to be honest. I wasn't like in a good position where I could like respond either. I was like in a really awkward like outing. It's one of those things where you just hope no one like looks at your phone while you're reading. Right, Carthus. Playing now. That's what we got. Let's see. Ah, we're going first. Oh, this is a going second hand, bro. I mean, we can make this work. This'll be fine. 2 legends in the open as well. 3 back row. April Fools went wild. April Fools is so weird, right? I was talking to one of my friends yesterday, and I think I've just become like a jaded old man, where like I see April Fool's stuff now, and I'm just like, oh, but there's like this really cool stuff. But no, it was an April Fool's. It wasn't real. Like, let me see if I can find it quick. Like, some of it just, like, genuinely upset me when I'm like, oh, this would be so awesome if it was real, but it's not. Do we bother popping? I think we will, and the reason we're going to pop is because if he summons the max, it won't do anything anyway. We get to keep an extra body, and on top of that, there's a pretty okay chance that he is just going to draw into back row hate eventually anyway with this deck. We don't have anything to really do off of that, but this is actually a very good hand. Oh, maybe we should have just let that die. I forgot we had the Ghost Cyclone. We could have guaranteed lethal. Now we have to, like, gamble. I mean, you know we're going to gamble. You know we're going to gamble. Let's just throw out the Sword and Shield right now. Flip this. Normal. Activate the effect. Weaken that down. Summon. Just tribute anything off. It doesn't really matter here. Summon out the Paku Paku. Tribute. Tribute. Activate Super King Rex. Bring back the Urbi. Activate the effect of Dragias. Go to battle. Swing. Ah, of course he's got it! No! Ah, we had the lethal if we were just paying a little bit more attention, but instead we were talking about April Fools. That's fine. We'll put him low. That's good enough. That's good enough. Rush TCG announcement on April 1st. Yeah, apparently that's just a thing, right? That's just a thing they do. But I'm happy about it. I like Heroes. Heroes in Rush sounds pretty cool. I wonder if they'll give them some decent polymerization support, because polymerization in Rush is a legend card. If you want to fuse normally in Rush, you have to use the fusion card, which only lets you fuse from on the field. So it'll be really interesting to see what they do with that. Okay, Maximum Ragnarok, get rid of a card, tribute over this. Probably Atrashoot Hydron then? Attack over, I get to keep Urubi. He doesn't have a back row, so I don't even have to care about Ghost Cyclone. Oh, no, it's just like Soul. Okay. So, let's just draw something that beats that. Yeah, that bit. So, summon. Activate the effect. Wait, how weak can we get this? If we activate 2 of these, 14 plus 14 means that's just dead. So I guess I do this on this. Then we tribute over this. Activate the effect. Bring this out over here. Activate TSA. Do we have enough? We don't. We have plenty. We have so much. And yeah, that's just lethal. Alright. Now, while I remember, like, yeah, there are so many cool things which, unfortunately, weren't real. Like this. This is a good example. Just mute that for a second. So this, I was, like, so excited for when I saw it. I was like, oh, man, they're doing a Tunic, like, show. Let's turn that down a bit.
There is still so much to learn.
Because I love the Tunic game. Like, I think the Tunic game is amazing. And I was like, oh man, Tunic coming to Netflix. We're getting a TV series.
You've come to the wrong shores, little fox.
I'm looking for my mother.
You will not take this cycle from me. There's a power at work here that you do not understand.
You need to look inside.
I want this. I want it. But it's not real. It was all an April Fool's joke. And that just saddens me. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So I mean, I think people get really creative with April Fools, and they end up making stuff that would be amazing if it was real. And it's just like, just do it. Just make it real. Right. Ooh, okay, we're in a rank up game, which is nice. Question is going to be, what are we against? This could be Thunder, this could be Harpies. There isn't really a lot more it could be. Well, we've got a monster with a 1500 butt down, so it might live. There is a chance. Straight in with the back row. Defense monster. Defense monster. Defense monster. Pass. Okay. So, how do we want to play this? I guess we just go ham for the most part. I think we will use Essel here. And the reason why is because we really want to get a normal beast into grave, which we didn't manage to do, which is a bit of a shame. But we are still going to go on the aggressive here. We're going to turn on the aggression. We're going to use our Dragias effect. We're going to mill, and not a very good one to mill, unfortunately, but we'll set into the back row. We'll then swing. Let's see what he's got. Okay. So we are against Harpies. And oh, he's got the guard. Do you even bother using the guard here? It arguably is not a very good decision. You've already got 2 winged beasts in the graveyard. We are just going to use it. We're really valuing the damage race here. Romans are always on Harpies. Yeah, I've noticed that as well. Typically, Romans love Harpies. Anything else is more likely to be Thunder. I mean, it makes sense, right? There's a certain aesthetic. Unfortunately, our back row are both bluffs. This easily cleans this. The rest of this is kind of fine at the moment. Okay, that creates slight problem. We're going to lose 2 monsters, though, which means we're going to keep 1 monster. Now, that is also kind of an issue, because it means both of our back row are still dead. Which is not ideal, but we will see what happens. We're going to use the effect. We are going to just chuck them both back in. We're going to boost him up. The logic being protect Harpy from... The only reason I could think to do that would be if the back row is Bruku Hearted. Not Bruku Hearted, that's a different card entirely. Counter Pigeons. That is unfortunate. No matter how we do it, we always take a hit. There is no way to clear, so we are just going to go on the defensive and hope. We can afford to put them all in defense because they all have the same attack. It does not matter to us if he uses the skill and changes one. But unfortunately, that now means the tempo is fucked. So we are now just behind a turn, and we're going to lose more life points, and the damage race is going to go even further against us, which is really not good. Unfortunately, that 1 turn of not drawing any boss really hurt. Because now we're only also drawing 2 cards next turn, which means now we might just be digging ourselves deeper into this hole. On the plus side, he's going to kill all of our monsters. The downside is we're not going to get any draws because our graveyard is chocker. Aha! It was Gazelle all along. Take the 16. Again, nothing we can do about it, so... Is he thinking about leave? I mean, there's not really much reason to clear it. I actually think it would be better to leave it up. Well, let's see what we got. Ghost Cyclone, we'll pop this. Ghost Cyclone will pop... I'm almost certain that's a counter pigeon. Ooh, interesting. We'll go for the life point gain here. Is there any reason at all to do that. We have to kill both of these, which sucks because it means leaving this out. We can weaken something by, like, 5, but that doesn't do anything. Using his effect also doesn't do anything for us, other than let us keep guy in hand, which I guess is going to be worth. So we will use Pikachu here. Put this back into the deck. Put this back into my hand. Or normal. Activate the effect. Go ahead and weaken that. But why not? Tribute. Summon. Activate the effect. Set. Battle. Now we just need to hope that's not a counter pigeons as his last card. Oh, don't tell me the last card was a counter pigeons. Yeah, it's just lethal. Oh, that stinks. He had... So we had a turn of not drawing any boss monsters. And during that turn, he drew 2 counter pigeons to go with his already set... What was the even card called? Widespread Ruin, that's the card. There is just nothing we could do there. Just the RNG was just so one-sided. He had 3 back row and 3 boss monsters, and we were struggling to get anything going. That was painful. And he even misplayed as well. There was literally no reason to kill our Urubi. Like, he invited us popping 2 of his back row. But if you just get lucky, you don't have to be good. Just remember that. Unfortunately, this hand's a little bit awkward. Maximum Overload. Okay, we have beaten every Maximum Overload player we played today. Let's see what he's got. So 2 Tribute Monsters. Can get a little bit awkward. Alright. I think we have to try. We're not feeling confident, but I think we have to try. This one might die. This one probably won't die. This is probably an SRM. But like, if it's not an SRM, it's stupid to not attack into it. And if it is an SRM, we have no way of playing around it anyway. It would just be placed something in defense mode. The issue here is because he got lucky in that he went first and he opened SRM and he opened a maximum piece. Now, he can put us low enough that we can never play around the maximum killing us. Which is a shame. And he's drawn so well for this turn as well. If he flips that up and it's another SRM. Jesus Christ. And he's emptied the whole hand, 3 back row. We are getting utterly sacked. Like, I don't think he could draw better than this. This is criminal, what is happening here. This is actually disgusting. And he's even got the Valkyria, which protects both of these. So even if we do draw a multi-shot Dragon Dragias, we now can't clear the whole board. That is so gross. We have just been sacked off the face of the planet here. Yeah, I mean, we've drawn it, but it doesn't matter. Again, we can gain life points, but it doesn't matter. This is completely dead. This is not going to accomplish much. I mean, alright, if his back row is 3 dead cards, we maybe have a chance. That is it, though. So we'll summon. Activate the effect. Weaken this. Tribute, summon out the Dragias. Activate the effect. The second he flips over any back row, though, then we are just cooked. That's it. Weaken that. Sure, we might as well just weaken it again. Unless he's playing the barrier, it doesn't matter. cold. Somehow, all of his back row did nothing. So, he's got potentially a legend spell back there. He's got Talismanic Seal Array. He's got back row destruction. That's what his back row is, and it's all clogged up with crap. Now, TSA could still just win the game. Right, there's the legend spell that we predicted. Now, at the moment, that can go up to 3,000. So we're not dead just to that. There's no way he drew, like, another Sevens Road. There's no way he's drawn the last Sevens Road Magician. All in the top 15 cards of his deck. No chance, right? Multi-Phallus Dragon, Dragias for the win. I mean, it's not looking like it. It's not looking like it. Yeah, there's TSA. So that puts us down to 300 attack. He attacks over us for 3,000 damage. Yeah, that's just lethal on board. That's a shame. I think we played that as well as we could have. He just sacked us into oblivion. There's nothing we could have done now. If he draws that well, there's just naught we could do. Like, that was an unwinnable game from the very start, entirely based off of RNG. But it's fine. We have to have games like that sometimes, right? They all balance out. We'll just win the next one. Ugh. Right, Nail. Let's see what Nail's on. Is he on... Okay, he's on a Nail skill. So, could be Hammer Crush. Or it could be just a Cyburst. Oh my god. Oh, if we're not getting sacked by our opponent's luck, we're drawing hands like this. I mean, he might set 2 back row, and we might be okay. If that doesn't exactly happen, I think we're probably boned. How many spell traps are we running in this deck? So we have a total of 6 spell traps in this deck. We have seen 4 of our 5 spells in our opening hand. Meanwhile, our opponent's got the turn 1 Atrashoot Hydron, 15 Beta. Alright, go Cyclone. You gotta show me something good here. I need a good draw. We didn't even hit, like, something useful. Alright, once again, I'm asking for your help, Essel. Let's go. That did actually just nothing, didn't it? So we can flip the attack and defense. That's the best we've got. The issue is... Oh, no, we shouldn't have summoned this. That was a misclick. Oh, it's not a misclick, it's a misplay. We should summon the other one. Mind you, this is a better body to end on. I guess it's fine. We'll drop the shield and sword now, because it lets us clear the board. Then we'll just set. Set. The fact that we got anything out of this hand, I am very, very pleased with. And then naturally we have to attack the 0 attack. Yeah. And we'll just pass. So we could have got an extra 1,000 damage in exchange for having a worse body on the board. It's arguably better. This forces a response, I suppose. But if he's just able to wipe our whole board anyway, it doesn't matter. I suppose we take 200 less damage in exchange for doing 1,000 less damage. It's a weird one. Oh, okay, so another Atrashoot? If it's not Atrashoot, I'm not too bothered. No, it's another Atrashoot. Profound sadness. Alright, he doesn't have 8, so he's not getting the draw at least, which is something. We do still take a lot of damage. And we take 200 less damage because we summon that boss monster. Not a bad hand. I'd feel a lot better if his back row wasn't there, but it's not awful. Right, we'll fire off Essel. It's not helpful. Then we'll summon out Essel. We'll fire off Essel. Thank you, that's what we want to see. Then... Tribute 2. Summon out the Dragias. Activate Dragias. Summon Silverwolf. Summon Paku Pakuchu. Activate Silverwolf. Weaken Atrashoot. Tribute both of my Beastie Boys. Summon out the Super King Rex. Activate the Super King Rex. Bring back the Urbi. Flip over the TSA. We'll shuffle some cards back into our deck. And our opponent is going to give up because they don't have a widespread. And that is us protagonisting our opponent back. That's just how it goes. Sometimes you get sacked, sometimes you sack someone back. And by the way, that was the game we opened 4 spell cards. And we somehow made something of that game off of the back of Essel and Ghost Cyclone. Somehow we managed to win that game. But we take them, right? Even the games where we just hard sack our opponent, we have to take them. Sometimes we get sacked, sometimes we sack. That's just how it goes. Or Jacket 69. That's a really clean looking profile picture. Oh, it's a Roa. Is it going to be another Rebels? We're going first, which probably for the best. That's a hand. A lot of Urubi in this hand. Paku Paku doesn't actually accomplish anything right now. It's unlikely we're going to get Paku Paku to do anything, so I'm tempted to just set it. And just maintain a copy of Silver Wolf. So I think overall it's probably going to be able to do more interesting things. Paku Paku here as well is good into exactly heavy metal. Not particularly good into invasion though. While opening SNS versus Cyburst can carry sometimes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, opening SNS against a lot of things can just carry, right? SNS is just so strong. The issue is when it's not, right? There's just some matchups where it's just not helpful whatsoever. Or if you're like staring at a maximum, you're just like, Right, what's going on? That is not a Royal Rebel player. That is a... Oh, that's right. Hit my... I mean... Of all the things for him to hit, that is like the worst. Oh, so he's bricked up on monsters. Right, can we get a punish? Right, we just need a boss monster. Pretty much... What's our face down monster? Okay, we got a boss monster. We do have a Silver Wolf. Oh, that's really good. We can hard punish this. Alright. Now, he could still draw into a really good hand and get us back. But for now, we clear the board and we can get some good damage in. It's going to be almost lethal, but not quite. So get him for 3. Get him for the 25. Get him for the 15. And get him for 15. Leave our opponent on 200 life. We pass. It's lethal. Did we have lethal? We missed it. I don't see it. Unless I fucked up. I forgot reduces by... Ah, you thought it was 300. Yeah, if it was 300, 100% lethal. Well, I guess exactly lethal, but... Unfortunately, the trade-off for playing the Beast Engine is we do get some quite nice big bodies in the Beast Engine, but the reduction is a lot weaker. Oh, that's a Dragias. Now, we do have the best trap card in the game face down. That should be another boss monster in hand, because he had 2 cards he didn't play last turn. He needs to think about whether he's going to tribute over these to get this out, which is probably not the right play, or whether or not to attack. So we just have lethal. We have lethal on the board. We have super lethal on the board. We will reveal super lethal to our opponent. I mean, there's no point in like spinning plates on this guy. We don't want to BM him. So we will just go straight to battle and just clean it. But this is like super mega lethal, right? If he attacked into us, we had the trap card. We had the TSA. We had a second Dragias that could come down. And we even had the highest normal summon of a 19. Dun, dun, dun. We should be on a rank up about now. Now, if we can win this game and get the rank up, that would be really, really nice. I would love it if that can happen. We'll see if that actually does happen. So I would really love as well to get the gold 4 with dinosaurs. There we go. We're on the rank up game. Our opponent is not playing a Yuga skill. If he plays monsters in attack mode, this is a really good, like, punishing hand. Let's see what our opponent has for us. That's kind of annoying. There's like nothing in this deck we can get that will make that not annoying. What could we mill that would make any difference at all? I don't think there's literally anything. But we're not going to not use Essel, right? We'll fire this off. I mean, again, we can get the Dragias out, but we know it can't clear. But we know this cannot clear. So we'll set, activate this. Go to battle, swing in, it will just bounce, and then pass. Yeah, this is one of the issues, is this deck does not have any way to deal with a pet dragon. We literally need like Speedy Performer, and we're not running it in this deck. So we know this just automatically clears. The question is, what else does he have? If he gets out like 2 Harpy Lady Sisters, this is going to look real cringe real quick. Oh, don't do it. Don't do it, bro. Just don't have a second. Oh, come on. That's okay. It's not a sister. I think. That's not lethal, so I don't care. You're messing up your graveyard, unless that face down card is also widespread. Then I'm kind of boned. There's no reason to put this anywhere else other than on the pet dragon. Gets a decent amount of damage in, clears my whole board. It all comes down to that back row. If we draw Ghost Cyclone, we're in a really good spot. If we don't draw Ghost Cyclone, this is going to get funky. Oh, we're going to get funky today. If I drop Shield and Sword, I can clear this. I'd have to use this to clear this. I then would have to hit over that and that. And that assumes his back row is nothing. The only back row that actually stops me is... Alright, we'll go for it. Go for the Shield and Sword. We normal. We normal. We activate the effect. We reduce this. We activate our skill. Tribute both. We activate the effect. We normal. We go to battle. We swing. Oh, he's got it! The only back row! Oh no, I guess it could be counter pigeons. It is counter pigeons. Okay, we're fine then. Everything is fine. If it was widespread, we were just completely boned. Now, we are only on 3,000 life points, and we only have 2 monsters on the field, which is still not great. We're not in a great position. But we're not dead. I hope. There is a slim chance he can just kill us here. Go on, just end your turn. Go on, buddy, just end your turn. Oh. Oh, so we're going to lose our Dragias. That's pretty big, because we've really lost a lot of our boss monsters. We're already 3 boss monsters down. We only have 3 left in the deck, which statistically is average. We should have seen about 3 boss monsters by now. That's what we were worried about, though. I guess we have to pop this. We cannot just let this sit. So we're going to use the TSA. Now the question becomes, how many of these are we putting back in? We still have 3 left in deck, so I don't want to stick too many back in. Right, let's go with that. Oh, we've only got that many. Okay, we'll put you back in as well. Weaken this down. There's no real point in going for like a big damage push here, I don't think. So we're going to go for just clearing up the board. So we'll kill this, and a lot of these harpies are big butts, so we were going to attack both of them with our 15s. Which we were good to do. Alright, we do have the Widespread Ruin. He needs back row hate to deal with it, otherwise we're pretty much fine. I guess he could draw Harpy Lady L. I think it's L. Could be R. The trap protection one. That would suck. If he has exactly that and plays around Widespread. Summon that in attack means he's almost certainly tributing it. That's fine. He's going to use Sister's Effect. Shuffle more cards back into the deck. Specifically goes for 2 Harpy Lady Sisters. That's kind of scary. What's the last card in hand? Just the normal summon? I think we do drop the Widespread here. Getting rid of that now means if we draw a Dragias, we can convincingly threaten lethal. We have 2 Dragias left in our deck. We have 4 draws. That's what we're talking about. That is what we are talking about. So we'll go ahead and drop the effect, weaken that. What are we ending on? That? No matter how I do this, it's kind of awkward. If I want the reduce, I guess I don't need the reduce, right? We just straight up don't care. Tribute, summon out Dragias, activate, summon, activate, reduce, tribute 1, tribute 2, summon out Dragias, summon, activate Dragias, go to the battle, swing, and there we go, there we have it. That's going to be gold 4, which is quite good, considering we had a lot of bad luck today. We also, to be fair, had a lot of good luck. It all kind of balanced out in the end, right? I'd like to sit here and say that, oh, we just got sacked all day, but we didn't. We sacked a lot of people. Let's be honest. You know, luck cometh, luck taketh away. That's just kind of how things go. But that is going to be the end of the stream for today. We have been going for 3 hours, which is basically our allotted time, and I do have some other bits to get on with. But today's been pretty cool. We did get to play a whole bunch of different aggro builds. I do quite like aggro because you can kind of, for the most part, just turn your brain off and just kind of just click buttons. Now, there was a couple of times where we did lose because we weren't doing correct mathematics, and we did kind of correct that over the course of the stream, but it's still quite nice just to be able to Unga Bunga Dragias smash. And we will be back again on Thursday at the same time, where I believe we will have the new ban list. I don't actually remember when the new ban list goes live. I think the new ban list is live then. And if it is, we will be playing probably Ancient Forces. I really want to play that deck. Which means we'll be playing more Dragias shenanigans, just in a different shell. So, I guess you have that to look forward to. But, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you next time.